Yeah. Would you like to have perception specialty high-pitched sounds or specialty
hearing?
Listening?
Yeah.
Well, listening is different than hearing. Okay. They should do that. That should be one. Listening, hearing. And just make people go,
I'm having 3.5 flashbacks. Please don't.
No, that's okay. All right, I think that we are recording at this point.
Cool.
So before we jump into everything, I feel we should mention something that we may have forgotten to mention that's kind of crucial for context in our first episode. It was mentioned in our session 0, which may or may not ever be released.
We're spies, yo.
Yeah.
We're government.
We're secret agents.
We're feds.
Yeah, so that the
Big brother.
we're really more like CIA.
Yeah,
right?
that's
So the group is in the nation of Breland, in the continent of Corvair, in the world of Eberron, in the multiverse. So we're just gonna stop going to all these different.
Let's go down a few.
Let's go down a few. In the city, in the country of Breland, they have a secret spy organization called the
Dark Lanterns.
Dark Lanterns, and this group is part of the
Dark Lanterns.
Yep, and so they have been given a mission to retreat. Well, what is your mission? Why don't somebody go ahead and explain the mission real quick?
I have the missive.
Ooh.
Say.
Do we want to read the missive?
We can.
Is that too much?
Mission: locate and recover Bonal Ernelview, preferably alive.
Bonal Ernelview, by the way, so we get that.
Bonal Ernelview.
Bonal Ernelview.
Preferably alive. Cover: you are adventurers who have been hired by Professor McLaunin of the Morgrave University to track down the young nobleman. Professor McLaunin owes the agency a favor and will ensure the cover is maintained if later pressed for information. Danger unknown. Brief: Bonal Ernelview, noble action historian at the Morgrave University, has been missing since the 20th of Nim. Though his disappearance is yet to be reported by his friends and co-workers, we have reason to believe his absence at the university and home to be of concern to national security. The agency has kept tabs on Bonal since the disappearance of his father, Lord Dagalt Ernelview. Lord Dagalt is wanted by the Citadel on suspicion of embezzlement of city funds. Multiple counts of blackmailing an official, 3 counts of attempted murder of an official and suspected treason. Lord Dagalt is a known associate of the criminal Maximus. Prior to being brought in for questioning in 997 YK, the Lord fled the city and is believed to currently hide beyond Bralish jurisdiction. Thus, no word has reached the agency of his actual whereabouts.
Currently hiding on Bralish jurisdiction?
Outside of Bralish jurisdiction.
Outside of Bralish jurisdiction. That would make a lot more sense.
Yes.
Discretion in regard to agency affiliation and mission are a must. Were certain factions in Sharn to obtain knowledge of the capture of the nobleman, many would not hesitate to leverage his life in the hopes of recovering Lord Ernelview's misgotten funds. The last thing Sharn needs is a street war and a dead noble. Bonal's last known whereabouts place him in the Underlook district at the tavern by the name of the Skewered Dragon.
Alright, so let's go ahead. Real quick, we're going to go through... do we do the... Oh,
Are
crud,
we doing
I
the
forgot
introduction?
I actually had written down the order of the rituals. And you know what I did?
Erase it?
No, I lost my notebook.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everybody at home. This is
Welcome
the
to the
second time
most
we've done this.
organized
This is not exactly... Alright, we're gonna go and introduce ourselves. We are Basements and Besties. Your #1 stop for Eberron-themed Advanced 5th Edition by EN Publishing.
And will train.
Actual play viewing pleasures.
Hey!
We need to...
We have a corner on that market.
We have a corner on that market. That
100%
high-end market.
On that non-Euclidean corner.
Yeah. Although I do use use Euclidean movement 100%.
I would hope so.
Because what am I, a monster? Anyway, I'm Will, I'm the DM. I typically introduce myself last, which is why I just did it first to really throw things off. We're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves. We'll go ahead and start off with Connor.
Hi, I'm Connor. I'm playing Colton Reeves, a human warlock who made a deal with death, but he doesn't quite remember the terms of the deal. And my fun fact for the night is, I had it, it was in my brain. The first D&D character I ever played was a rogue.
Is there anything else you can talk? What kind of rogue?
There was a half-elf rogue who had a cursed spiked chain. Weird, like, kind of Zelda daddy vibes. Like, it was weird.
3.5.
3.5. Oh, yeah, 3.5.
The second I heard spiked chain, I'm like,
Oh,
3.5.
yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, I did not make this character. I had no idea what was going on. I was handed a character sheet and they said, do this, and I was like,
Oh, I handed you something with a spiked chain.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I have a theme throughout my life.
Back in third edition 3.5, it was so easy to just spam the spike chain as the ultimate weapon. I think Giant to the Playground, Order the Stick, had a real fun, had a really good comic about a little strip about that with this half orc fighter
Unbeatable.
using spike chain, kept stepping back to the rogue, just kept kind of walking him back, and kind of wrangling him until he fell off a cliff. It was super funny.
Yeah.
I am Sarah Tramp, and the first D&D character I played was Brutus the Brute. I didn't really understand D&D, so I made a huge joke out of it. And he talked like this.
I mean, with a name like Brutus the Brute, I would expect nothing less.
He did pretty.
Hello, chaps. Time for a good skull cracking, eh?
Huh?
Who are you playing?
And who are you playing?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am playing Deidre Mills, and I have a cue card here. A human rogue who is trying to find her place in a world without war. I nailed it.
For all of you at home saying, this game sounds scripted. First of all, really? Second, it is!
It is!
It's not. The game isn't just that one particular part.
Yeah.
And this explanation following it. Brutus the Brute, man. The most negative male stereotype I've ever seen in my life.
It was so bad.
So bad.
It was so bad.
Hey everyone, I'm Colin. I am playing Brock, a bugbear berserker who finds life a little bit dull without an explosion every now and then. The first D&D character that I ever played, I think, was some sort of like Shadow Blade monstrosity that someone had rolled for me in 3.5. I don't remember anything about that character. That was a sheet full of may as well have been in Esperanto, because what is a dungeon or a dragon?
Or what's an ampersand?
Hi, I'm Cassie, and I am playing Adelaide Oleander, a human bard whose story has stepped outside of her Dragon Mark house. And my first D&D character was also from 3.5, was an elven swashbuckler rogue named Bronwyn, and she had a 3.5 feat called Einhander, which meant that she could trick people and throw her sword up in the air, catch it with the other hand, and sneak attack you. She also couldn't, like, fail tumbling. Like, it wasn't... I don't think
insane.
Yeah.
That's when I had all those books surrounding me. I'm like, how do I make her tumble 20 times ever?
God, remember when tumbling was a thing?
Tumbled 24.
Remember when you could just disengage by rolling a check?
Yeah.
And that's part of your movement?
I think that would be really great.
You somersault out of the way.
Great.
You take an attack of opportunity. Yeah, no, I don't.
I mean, technically speaking, tumbling is back.
It is back.
With
and
acrobatics.
True.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Can we tumble instead of disengaging now?
No.
Oh.
You're playing a rogue, Sarah.
Someone at
I
home.
know. But I want to be able to do more with my
I might-
actions.
You can already.
I want to do more.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Will Tramp, the DM, GM, the narrator, as A5E calls it, but I will call myself the GM just because of force of habit, or DM because of force of habit, whatever. Heck, my Twitter handle is this effing GM. So
this effing narrator.
I got to build the brand. I'm sorry. My first character from that absolutely wretched first time I ever played was a sorcerer. I don't remember much about it, but the second character I played was a sorcerer again, but based off of Hal Jordan Green Lantern, but ye old style. So I was going around trying to find all these spells that involve force and such. But because I became the DM right after that, I didn't actually play in a game as a player for 3 years after that first experience. Finally got a chance to play a couple of times and immediately stopped and went back to DMing for the next 10. Yeah. I've been doing this for a long time.
He really is a forever DM.
Yes. I get a white hair every time.
How many games
that
do you
I
have going on, babe?
Yeah.
4.
Say what?
Four games.
Yeah, a lot of games, yeah. All right, but we're here for this game.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do ritual number 2, because ritual 1 is to introduce ourselves. Ritual number 2 is let's roll initiative. We do initiative at the start of the night. That way we can kind of save a little bit of time if we have multiple combats in the night.
You look here.
So we just kind of helps to know where things go. We don't always start at the top of the initiative. It kind of just determines. It kind of just depends on who acts first in a potentially confrontational way.
Colton.
5.
5.
Oh no! That's the second night in a row you've had 12 initiative.
12.
You're grounded.
8.
That is my cup.
Sorry.
Get that out of my cup. You get your own dice jail.
Should maybe try my
You punk.
dice. These ones don't like me much.
Hey, we're spread out though. That's
I gave him another
good
chance.
thing.
I keep this little cup right here, by the way, that I 3D printed for time tracking.
Oh, did you want to roll the nobles?
And for psychological warfare against
Oh yeah, I
players.
should probably roll Bone Elder Nelview's. Oh, there he is, Bone Elder Nelview. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll some initiative for him.
Roll initiative.
Great! New record! Damn it. Bone Elder Nelview got a 14.
14. Oh man, he surpassed almost all the group.
Thank goodness.
Yes, the NPC
He will
gets to-
save me from this predicament that will be explained shortly.
Eddie. Oh, and we have an enemy. Do you want to go ahead and roll?
Yeah, since we already know that we're going to start off pretty quick with the combat, I'm going to go ahead and just roll their initiative, which is a 16.
No!
That's a negative dex modifier. Oh.
Oh.
No jail for you, pal.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's any consolation, Brock, I go first.
Okay.
You know what happens to bad dice?
Maybe
They get
my
flushed
tiny
down.
little body can grab you.
All right, now let's go ahead and see if the with ritual number 3 where fate stands tonight for our
Hey!
heroes. We're gonna roll for the coins. The coins can be used by players and GM alike. The coins can allow you to maximize as damage dice, just one single damage die. You can use it to re-roll, but you must take the re-roll. You can also use it to make a minor edit to the situation. The only thing I can't do with my coins is I cannot edit the situation because I'm the GM and I can already do that.
So you're kind of God.
Yeah, he's kind of,
Your
but not
coins,
exactly.
sir.
All right, so we'll start by
Your other
my
coin,
coins.
sir.
What is it?
Oh no!
Hold on. There's a way this ritual. You guys don't understand how rituals work at all, do you?
No.
They're too slow.
Let me explain.
Please explain the
So
ritual.
first I get my coin I automatically start off with. Then you will roll for your coins.
Yeah.
You don't roll until the DM asks for a roll, remember?
Okay.
You guys just kept going.
Are you sure you
What?
don't want? Okay.
I'm doing it
What
now.
do we roll
Now
to
we're gonna do the ritual,
God
darn
damn
it.
it!
I'm gonna trade.
So now we roll a d6.
They roll a d6 and they get
But
a
you were-
nat 6. It comes to me.
Motherfucker, 2 in a row?
I only rolled a 5.
That's fate.
Yeah, you had to have the coin.
Here it is again. Yeah, as was promised.
You guys only rolled 3 6s?
Yeah, hopefully that translates
4
to damage tonight.
4 technically. 'cause
Fate's
I
on
rolled
my side.
Yeah.
My dice is a good boy. This one is. Look, learn from him.
Colton
Obviously,
will
there's
save
no
us.
way that I can anticipate that these all would come to me when I said, wait till I ask you to roll. But, I like to set the expectation straight. so that way we don't become one of those monstrous groups that just goes, I want to make a perception check. I got a 16, I got a 16, I got a 16.
But I did get a 16.
You see, I got a 16 on my history check. What do I know about this? It's cake. It's just cake. It's just cake. What do you want?
Actually, it's more.
It is cake.
More than cake.
This cake is a veteran of many battles.
This cake is a veteran of many wars. During the Red Velvet skirmish.
We need to stop.
This cake was a pie in the 1400s.
We promised them a combat encounter.
Yes, we did.
All
All right,
right.
so
First we should
speaking
recap.
of
Next ritual.
combat encounter, why don't you guys all collectively, storyline-wise, following the natural order of time, why don't you go ahead and tell me what happened last week? Why don't you tell the people at home what
Hey,
happened
people
last
at
week?
home. So we got this dope mission to go out and find
Dope.
Bonal Ernelville. And we found him in a warehouse being held by originally, oh my gosh, not Daask.
The warehouse we found was actually owned by the Boromir
The
clan,
Boromir.
who is essentially a high, powerful mob within the city of Sharn. They're all halflings. But it looked like they were ambushed by what seemed to be members of Daask,
Daask.
which is another
Dang it.
gang.
Is it Drask or Daask?
It's Daask.
Or Daask.
Hey!
I should have let you
I
stay
got it
with
right.
Drask, though. No, it's Daask.
Daask.
Legally distinct.
Legally distinct. No, it's Daask. Daask.
Daask.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you a line now.
Which is a monstrous organization.
Well,
Well,
So Boromir was jumped or ambushed by Daask. Yeah, I should have taken my little pictures out. And so the Boromir clan members were dead, and Bonal was in a closet hiding.
and we found out from Bonal that they had taken his friend instead of him because his friend actually pretended to be him. And I cannot remember his name for the life of me at this point. Chet.
yes.
And he is obviously, as any worried friend would be, concerned for his friend's welfare and is wanting us to go and find him
What are the quotations
and take
for?
care of him.
Friend.
Yeah, his friend.
You made your inside checks and did not succeed.
He is
so,
a friend, and he cares very much for his friend. And so
also-
now we are out to find his friend.
In the course of our investigation of the warehouse where this bloodbath happened, we also happened upon a unique ivory locket clutched by one of the fallen Boromar halflings, notably had a spherical hollow in it. During a later rest, while we were sort of binding our wounds from the combat with these leftover Daask henchmen, Bonal mentioned that that he had been asked about a great hidden trove of gold belonging to his family. As well as something about a stone of galore that these criminals were searching for.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you show that to Nelview because it was actually his deceased mother's?
Correct.
Yeah, and it was given
But
to him.
He did not know about.
Yeah.
He didn't know that it opened.
So we know something is missing from the inside of it.
It's referred to as a mourning locket. A mourning locket is typically granted to the firstborn of a noble scion who to remember a deceased parent. It's kind of passed along.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe someday if Bonal has children, he passed away, that mourning locket would have been passed to them. That's sort of a token of remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
So we acquiesced to his request to go and find Chet, and we followed the sewer signs that we discovered in the sewers, and happened upon some floaties out there.
And then what happened?
We made our way through what appeared to be a Daask stronghold of some kind. Stealthing our way through, having a mildly awkward encounter with a sleeping goblin. And then we eventually came to this enclosed area where another human and a very large person with orc heritage, clearly.
Ogre.
Ogre, thank you. Were trying to barricade a door and having not great success. We may have hit first and asked questions later, and now whatever was in that room is trying to slither its way out.
So the ogrekin has fallen unconscious down to the ground, and as you, before you have a chance to catch your breath, the giant bookshelf and table have been shoved up against one of the three doors in this, three exits from this room. The bookshelf had fallen over in the scuffle, and and something not necessarily pushes through the door as much as it seeps through the door. You see a quivering mass of gray sludge with greenish brown streaks through it. And as you see it kind of seeping through the door in like rivulets, big chunky rivulets, as it hits the ground, you see it forms sort of a pseudopod and sort of splats on the ground, lifts up, splats on the ground, and then pulls itself forward. Another pseudopod, another. And I imagine it's kind of like you know that scene in Spider-Man 3 where the Venom symbiote is kind of like just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like I imagine it's a lot like that. But significantly less dancing involved if it gets on you. Well, maybe not. Who knows?
Well,
you don't know. Well,
Yeah.
the night is young.
the night is young.
So, to set the scene also, currently Brock is pinned under said ogre.
Oh yeah,
Point of order, the fallen form of the ogrekin is on top of Brock.
Which
Crushing.
my bad.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and start off. Deirdre, the creature is slugging through it. Seems to be moving swiftly towards that mass of bodies right there. One of which is your still very alive friend. What are you gonna do?
I'm immediately going to try to grab Brock and pull him out from underneath the ogrekin and away from the pseudopod.
Sounds great. I'm gonna need you to give me a strength
That sounds about right.
check.
Hey.
Hey.
13?
13. Okay. With your action, then you are able to pull
Sweet.
Brock out at a grand total of half your speed.
So that's
Sweet.
5,
Your
10,
service
15.
is appreciated.
20, 25. And that's as far as I can pull you. One square
Hey,
away.
you know what? I'm no longer the closest person to that thing.
And that's the moral of the story.
So you start to drag out. Brock. Anything else you'd like to do?
As a bonus action, am I able to throw my dagger at the
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
With the bonus action to get a 2-weapon fighting bonus action, you would have to use your action to make an attack. with it.
action? Okay, that's what I got. Okay, nope, that's all I've got.
So, all right. So what happens next is a moment of, well, for some, at least for Bonal or Nelview, a moment of absolute horror as the ogrekin who groans as Brock is taken out from underneath him. You see him begin to kind of murmur as the ooze starts to envelop it, and you can see that as soon as the grayish green and brown streaked sludge touches the flesh of this very large man, the skin begins to sizzle. See smoke rising. You can see that it begins to liquefy, and you see his eyes like suddenly shoot open, just like really wide, and he begins to, but before he can react, because he's just lost all energy to react based on that fight, the ooze starts to fill anywhere it can.
Orifices!
And the smell of burning flesh and muffled screams fills the room.
So much fun. So much fun.
Ah, good. We saw it
Bonal
for...
Nelview, his eyes widen as he sort of takes a step back. Bonal is going to... Bonal, if you all remember about Bonal Nelview, Bonal is a college man.
He's educated.
He's educated, so he's going to go ahead and see what he might know about what you are facing. And he goes, I don't know anything about. He goes, I don't know anything about this. And he he steps back and he's going to go ahead. He steps back, taking the defensive position, and he looks to all of you, the adventurers, as he believes, as he sort of takes a step back, trying to kind of taking a defensive position. And goes, how do we fight this thing? What is this? And he's looking to all of you for that answer. We'll go to Barack.
Well, does Brock know? We'll find out. What am I rolling here?
You're going to be rolling you're going to be rolling an Arcana check.
Okay.
And if you have an Arcana check, specialty oozes.
I don't.
Okay, there you go.
Oozes don't come up too often. It's an 11.
Thanks for saying that, because now they're always going to come up.
Great.
Right.
Forever.
Wonderful.
That's all we're going to get now.
That makes me so happy as a martial
Yay,
person.
so many oozes all the time. What do you perhaps know about this creature? Hey, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to have my knowledge check set at the ready. Like a jerk. Like a jerk.
You
Remember when I
joint.
used to be cool?
You're still cool, love.
Thanks, dear.
Aww.
But seriously, the rest of you, do you guys remember when I used to be cool?
I've only known you for a couple of years.
Yeah, I was going to say that I
No.
missed that season.
Season 3 will get ruled. Season 2 will kind of season 2 and 1 in the early stuff.
Well, while
you know that oozes are mindless and able to squeeze through the narrowest of cracks. You also know that oozes typically inhabit dank, dark places all over the world, but you know very little beyond that.
Okay.
Just passing knowledge. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of oozes that you have seen on the battlefield.
Yeah. Okay. So Brock's going to go ahead and stand up first of all. I feel like that's a pretty safe move. He is then going to pull out a javelin from a quiver in his back. He's going to load it into his giant crossbow Lucille, and he's going to fire it at this creature.
Okay, excellent.
Mechanically, he's throwing a javelin, but it's much cooler if I shoot it with my crossbow.
Oh yeah, no, you've got a giant crossbow.
Please never explain mechanically what's
Okay.
going on in Lost Mines, because otherwise it's like, oh, you just destroyed the
Sorry.
mystery. No,
Sorry.
you're good. You're
Lucille's fucking amazing, by the way. I love Lucille.
Of course she is.
good. Best member of this party for sure.
Yep.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, nice.
Yes!
We like that. That's an 18 to hit for 9 piercing damage.
An 18 to hit
Yeah.
for 9 piercing damage. Okay, well this thing has an armor class of 8. You beat it.
Cool.
So, by the way, I give out the armor class once they beat it, because, like, what's the point? It's like, otherwise they'll just play, let's guess the armor class. Whatever. Okay, so, you said 19 points of damage?
No, Jesus, no, not yet. 9.
9 points of damage. Okay, now, this creature is not particularly resistant to this type of damage, in fact. So, as a result, it takes 9 points of damage. But you do begin to hear the sound of further sizzling,
Oh.
and as the javelin sort of hits, like, and it sort of just slides off and sort of slowly clatters to the ground, right? You can see that the metal head of the javelin is corroding and pitting. Like you see that, like it's partially dissolving.
You're not getting that javelin back.
Well, I don't know much about this one, but it doesn't look like it doesn't look like metal's going to be too effective on it. And then I will just kind of step back a little bit. Because I have metal things. And that will be it for Brock.
Excellent. All right, we're going to go and pass that baton to Adelaide. Adelaide, you have seen that a metal weapon seems to do very little, and also you can see that this orc, the screaming seems to have stopped pretty quickly, the muffled screaming, and the jerking of the body seems to no longer be as prevalent, but the smell is ever present.
So I'm going to see if I recollect learning anything in my time in school. Nope.
This thing is unknowable.
That's 7. Yeah.
This you don't. So you're not sure what you're looking at.
All right. But hearing Brock, I will go ahead and sheath my rapier and look at this terrifying thing and yell out, "Hey! If you so much as touch them, you putrid, pathetic puddle, I will boil you down and serve you as soup to the rats that burrow down here beneath. And I'm gonna try and cast dissonant not dissonant whispers. What?
Here's this big vicious mockery. Anyway, so I cast Sacred Flame.
Shouting.
Vicious mockery. So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Needs to make a wisdom. Oh yeah, a good old whiz.
Duo wisdom.
And dual wisdom.
See, I was
Dual wisdom.
Careless whispers, and I was hearing just.
Well, it got
towards
it got a 14. Ooh, what's the DC?
13.
Oh.
It saves. All right, so Bono sort of looks over as you're just as you're shouting expletives and insults at this cruise, and he goes, "Does that work? I can't tell." And there's no sarcasm registering on Bono's face. He just seems genuinely confused.
Well, it's magic is something that's not metal. So
Fair point.
and that's it for my turn. Yeah, I'm next to you and you.
So we as Bono mutter, sort of kind of questions magic, like it's not quite registering. We then go to Colton.
So Colton's not exactly the most educated man. He's not going to try and figure out what this thing is, but he knows it's dangerous and it probably wants to eat and or kill everything in this room. So I see, strong words, my friend, but I think I'm going to give it a try. Holds the large black stone wand out. A surge of green magic energy shoots down his arm into one of the hollow chambers of the body. It clicks over with the sound of stone rubbing against stone, and with a click of the stone hammer, we're going to fire an Eldritch Blast at it for 7 on the dice for a 12 to hit.
That is a hit on a class of 8.
For a whopping 2 damage. 2 damage.
Okay.
But what type of damage is it?
Yeah.
It is force damage.
Yeah.
Magic damage. Yeah.
All right. So the shot, the shot rings out. I almost wonder if does it sound like a gun or does it sound like something else?
I imagine when it fires, there's kind of this warping of just like a like almost like a cannon, a weird muffled like energy cannon going on.
Sure.
That was Will trying
And
to
it-
trick you into making gunshot sounds that can be heard within 300 feet for the rest of the campaign.
And the shot itself is a bolt of like green that just kind of streaks across, leaving a trail.
Sounds good. All right, we're gonna don't tell everyone at home my tricks, Colin. All right, we're gonna go from Colton. We're gonna move back up to the top of the round. It is Deirdre. The meal that is being made out of the ogre seems to be fairly finished up. You can see exposed muscle and bone every so often when the ooze sort of slides across this thing. What are you gonna do? Because soon this thing may turn its attention onto one of you.
Well, I don't want to get any closer.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Wise.
I'm actually going to pull out my short bow that I have, and I'm going to take a shot at it. So it is piercing damage. Sweetness, that does hit with a 16 on the die.
The arrow finds its mark swiftly.
That's going to be 8 damage.
8 damage. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. You see now. By the way, as you're watching, you can see that that there are like very much more fluid rivulets of liquid sort of kind of cascading off of this thing, like forming puddles that aren't reforming back into it.
Oh, that's good.
Like it's imagine sort of like the like. You put like Jello on like the sun or something, and it like starts to puddle eventually.
Yeah, as it starts to liquefy kind of from the inside.
Yes, sort of like that. Kind of
I've never done that, but I believe you.
I don't know if that actually happens to be put Jello inside. I just know that Jello can melt.
I can picture what you're
remember how-
describing, though.
Yeah.
No, something I want to ask. So, can I throw my dagger as a bonus action now?
No.
Okay.
Okay. We'll just discuss
Yeah,
this
that's
real quick. Here, 2-weapon fighting, because that's 2-weapon fighting works like this. You have to make an attack with either with a light or you have to make a light weapon, right?
Dual wielding.
Yeah, a dual weapon with a dual wielding property. If you use your action to make an attack with a weapon with a dual wielding property, you can then use your bonus action to make the same number of attacks with another weapon with the dual wielding property.
Okay, so they have to be both. Got
yes,
it.
you cannot use a bow, throw it to the side, pull out a dagger, and then stab with your offhand because your offhand was already being used to hold the bow.
Got it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like that. It's real straightforward. Like, is it a dual wielding weapon? Nope. Nope.
Nope. Move on. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move. Anything else, Teardrop?
I will actually move farther away.
Yeah, okay.
Bam.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move to
Let's all group up in this corner.
the ooze.
Can't eat all of
At
us.
this point, feels itself destabilizing. It is not necessarily smart enough to understand what exactly is happening here. So what it's going to do is it's going to do the one thing it knows makes it feel better, and that is to consume.
Getting more mass, understandable.
More
Going
mass,
for the
so-
biggest mass in the area.
As it slides off of the Urkin, who is only partially dissolved, leaving a terrible sight behind that I will not go into, it begins to move towards the nearest moving creature, which is Brock.
That's me.
It is.
Hey!
Brock.
I know
So
that.
Brock, as it sort of slithers, or sort of like slithers towards you,
Yep.
a pseudopod shoots out, trying to, like multiple pseudopods kind of shooting out, trying to latch on and get a hold onto you. So that is going to be a 6 for Jarvis. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and re-roll that.
You do
with
have
one
that
of my
power.
Fate coins.
I can get in there for you.
One of my coins. I will go ahead and re-roll that. So that 6 has now turned into a 5. But I had to take the results of the second, so I got a 5. Does a 5 hit your armor class?
No.
All right, Barak is
Amazingly,
you-
I'm too swift.
too swift. The creature's destabilization has caused it to move more sluggish. As a result, it's sort of like you can easily see it, and like some of the pseudopods that come out don't even make it all the way before like the structure that creates the pseudopod just sort of like caves in on itself, right? So you dodge a couple, but then the rest sort of just hit the ground and just slowly reform back into it. This opens up an opportunity for Bono Galbum. Or Bono Ernelview. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different guy. Bono Ernelview is going to. He looks at his. He looks at the rest of you. He says, magic seems to work. Yeah, magic seems to work. He will. He's going to rush to the body of the unconscious Urkin, and he starts looking over it to see if maybe there's anything he can do. He looks up at all of you and he shakes his head.
Yeah, mate, I kind of figured with all the bones and stuff missing.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
We will then move to Brock.
Well, Brock is going to pull out a big lug wrench and try to bring it down to the center of this thing's mass.
Excellent.
brain
Center mass.
that.
Hey, that's 13 on the die. It will be 5 bludgeoning damage.
It hits and just splatters. Like just wall. You feel some burning sensation on your hands where like some of the splatter hits you, but you can just wipe that off and you just have kind of like some superficial burns. But as you pull that wrench back, what you find is that it is pitted and corroded. It takes a permanent -1 penalty
Ding. Okay.
to damage.
Something just clicked.
Yeah?
I will tell you later.
To damage specifically, or...
To damage.
Okay, just damage. Not 2 attack rolls.
Did I stutter?
No.
Did I
stutter?
Did I stutter?
I'm glad none of us took the time to pause to go when you said pseudopod. Went, pseudopod's a fancy word for octopus arm. Because I didn't know what a pseudopod was until like a couple of years ago.
No, I think an octopus arm is just a pod.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know, man. I'm not a marine biologist.
Brock kind of stands there, seeing if any of the rivulets are showing any signs of...
Sorry, that entire combat the music was coming from my laptop specifically. I thought that was coming from, I was thinking like, boy, it's so quiet. I realized the sound bar wasn't hooked up.
I thought
We
you
were
were just worried
totally
about the sound
excited
of
about the
however he was
fight.
talking.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it
It's a
was
very
Again,
intense.
we're new at this. Not new at playing A5E by Ian Publishing, purchasable through their website.
Yeah.
Okay, my apologies.
Shameless plug number 1.
Shameless plug number 1. 2, actually.
Oh,
We're-
2.
You missed the other plug.
Oh.
we should be constantly shamelessly plugging something, right?
Yeah, that's
Capitalism.
why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
You mean shamelessly plugging Ian Publishing and their great new product, Advanced 5th Edition?
Yeah.
I like to take a drink of Code Red Mountain Dew.
They're not sponsoring us. We drink a lot of Mountain Dew because
we don't have Mountain Dew sponsorship.
We ain't got Mountain Dew money.
We'll get it one of these days, right? Okay, so I'm sorry, my
yes.
apologies.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back to the scene. Bonell said that you see his hands are kind of covered in the blood of the organ. As I've seen people survive fairly significant injuries, but this one is unfortunately far too gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Right. I
Kind of sheepishly, Deidre's gonna check on the dude that had the knife in his neck.
What?
I knifed a dude in the neck.
Oh, the
I
other
wanna
guy
see
that
if
was
he's
in here, the
alive.
human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
that's what
After
I
you
want.
threw a knife into his neck?
I want to check.
No, surprisingly, he's dead.
So she's just gonna kind of like just try to
Take
try to just pull the knife out and like put it back in her pocket.
You can see that at this point, by the way, Bonell, as he's kind of wiping, he sort of kind of stops, like slows down, as if he like realizes that he's just sort of casually wiping blood off, and he just sort of he stops and just you see him go a little green, right?
That first combat
As
encounter,
he turns
man.
into a were-toad!
Yes!
He's a little green.
Jesus.
He's a little green.
Meet
And
your princess.
he excuses himself from the room for a moment and walks back out the door you came from. You can soon hear the sound of retching.
Yup.
You are left alone for a moment.
Okay, so first of all, now that we're alone, we need to like put the tamp down on our names and such with this man. Just want to bring that up.
Are we saying this as we're fighting the ooze monster?
No.
No, it's right now. He's gone. I'm
Oh,
taking
sorry.
him out
The
there.
combat's over.
Oh, did it?
has been
Yeah.
for a bit.
Wow,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
I missed a trigger somewhere there.
We even had a whole thing.
Yeah.
We had some conversations.
I zoned out.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So looping everybody back in.
What?
Colton, this is
That
important.
has to stay. You cannot edit that out.
So, Colton,
Yeah. Hi, I have ADD and it's really bad.
So we need to make sure we're not mentioning our names to this man. He's not supposed to know our names.
Well, we already.
It was spur of the moment. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, let's keep everything else on.
I'm not good at making shit up on the
Wraps.
fly.
Yeah, sure thing, Shiv, but we already told him.
Yes, but don't mention it again.
Okay.
And also,
Well,
let's
we
not
hope he
tell him.
forgets.
Yeah, we hope he does forget.
Okay.
We hope he does forget our names and faces, because if he remembers them, guess what? We're fucked.
I mean, judging from our current situation, I think at the moment there's a few other things on his mind, and he's got probably enough trauma to last him a few
Yeah,
weeks.
maybe he's gonna want to compartmentalize this shit and forget it. But we just have to make sure we do our job and get him out of here alive.
I
Yeah?
remember my first combat encounter.
Did you die?
What a
Is that
weird-
when you died?
What a weird.
No, I made it-
thing.
All right,
That's
that's what I
insulting.
thought. Okay, so let's just go ahead and regroup.
Okay. I promise I will make an effort not to use anyone's names from now on.
Good job.
Good call, Brock.
A, B, C, D.
Yeah, okay, Shiv. Sure.
At this point, Bonell walks back in and he looks over and says, "This is fine work, Brock."
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, your lordship.
No, Colton just straight up like,
I'm no lord. Like, not, I mean, I possibly the title might. Bonell, please. Or if you're one of my students, assistant professor in algebra, but that's just way too many words. You see, he tries to like cut the kind of cut through his embarrassment with humor, but you can see that there's a little bit of a smell, kind of acidic, another acidic smell.
It's just acid
too
up
familiar.
all the way down here. Well, we shouldn't keep Chet waiting. Probably.
Of course.
While they're having this moment, I want to check the room that Ooze was in.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So you go ahead and head back, kind of stepping over the detritus and the body of the ogrekin, and trying to kind of push past the smell of what's inside. You see beyond. It sounds like I might be trying to be dramatic. Really, I'm just trying to buy myself time before I remember what notes. Do you see that there's inside stone walls? There's an odor to this room, similar to that of the ooze itself. you see that there is a hole in the floor of this room. It seems to be, it's a small like a kind of a 10-foot by 10-foot room, maybe a little smaller than that. There are no adornments that you can see other than maybe a rag or a towel over in the corner or something. And then you can see that there's a hole in the floor towards the back of the room.
I want to investigate that hole.
You go ahead and peek in the hole, and there's a powerful smell kind of there. Something. It's possible that it's soup. It could be, or maybe it's something a little more foul. I don't know. It doesn't smell good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna back out now.
It's a little treat.
Yeah.
You're from Lower Dura.
Yeah,
You're used to that smell.
Yeah.
They don't even have the good bucket put out for the guests.
Right?
Is there in this pile of detritus? Is there any sort of cloth or anything that I could use to cover the body of this fallen ogrekin?
Oh, do they have a convenient body covering sheet? No, unfortunately.
You can take a rag in the corner. It's about you, big.
The toilet rag.
I'm good.
You were looking for a rag.
While this is going on, so it looks like this door is open that I think the human guy might have been trying to run through. Can I sort of sidle up and try and carefully peer into that door?
You can see that there's a when you kind of peer through the door, you can see that there's a it leads out into a hall that extends. If you are facing east, the hall extends to the south.
Okay.
So this door is looking at the end of a hall that the north end of a south of a hall leading south.
Okay.
It's like if you were to walk out, you'd walk out
Right.
down the hall.
Yeah, we're at the end.
Yes.
I'm not going to move in away from everyone, but I will sort of just listen while people are sort of moving about here, listening out into that hall.
Sure, give me a perception check. Listening. Not hearing.
Yeah. I think that's just a 7.
That is just a 7. It is hard to hear anything with your senses being assaulted by the various smells in this room.
All right. So moving on, Brock will stow the slightly corroded wrench back in his coat.
I want to roll the dude, the dead man. See what's on him to see if we can find any identifying information or figure out if there's any information pertaining to where we are.
Sure. So you start to pick over the body of this partially melted ogre.
Oh, not the ogre, the man.
Oh, the man. Oh, that
man.
makes a little more
The one
sense.
she
wanna
done
go
stabbed
through
in
the
the
dead-
throat with a knife.
Nope,
Damn.
I'm good. Don't want that.
Damn. What a
Gunky gunk, not my thing.
what a move, right? You see like a
Ugh.
2,000 carat diamond ring on the ogre. They were like, nah.
Nah, no thanks.
Ew!
Ew.
It has snot on it.
Yeah, the snot's the problem. You pick another body. Here's what you find. You do see that they have that this man. He has the tattoo of the monster's eye, the symbol that you associate with Daask, tattooed on his. I just on his face. Right. Maybe last week I might have said shoulder, but it's on his face now. Whatever I said last week, ignore it. It's on his face, right? Kind of imposed over his eyes. So as his eyes are kind of closed there, you can see that there is, or as you close his eyes, because that way you don't have to stare into the eyes of the dead man. You can see it creates a monster's eye. You note that he has a, what does he have on him? He has a curved blade.
Okay.
Scimitar, some might call it. There's a light crossbow that is clouded to the ground. There's a little chip in some of the wood, probably in the stock from probably from some past damage, but seems to be in fine working order. You do discover that he has 6 bolts in a case on his side, and he also has. They're decently paid. What do they have? Ooh, Maxie's little pouch in the pouch. There's 12 silver.
12 silver.
Yeah.
We eating good tonight.
Nothing wrong with that much money in this place? Damn, you thought you didn't get mugged? Although I guess with that tab, people knew not to
12
mess
silver.
with them.
Alright, I will pocket that.
Nice. You're eating good tonight, I guess, specifically.
I
No, I'm just putting it away because divvying it out right now seems kind of crass. But
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, as you make that, as you think to yourself while doing that, it would be kind of crash. You can see that Bono's like watching you sort of pick over this man, and he doesn't say anything. He doesn't even really make a face. You just see like a slight twitch in his in his stiff upper lip, but otherwise he says nothing.
right now.
Well, Brock will hold Lucille at the ready and approach the door that Adelaide has been surveying, and
Colton will kind of ready with you.
Yeah, and get ready to quietly make his way down the hallway.
Okay, so what's the marching? Or is it just you, or is anybody else going to be following Brock?
I'm going to be right behind him.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and give me a marching order?
Okay.
Let's go and say
I love marching.
me. Dee, do you want to be after me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to go stealthily? I know that
Sounds like
I
we're
would need to
trying.
know the marching order first. We'll get into how you're approaching soon, but let's get that marching order question taken care of.
Unless he's sort of opposed to it, I'm going to go at the end, so I'm behind Banal.
So it'll be Brock, Colton, Deidre,
Banal.
Bonal, and Adelaide.
Yeah, the heater in this complex turns on. All right, so
MVP.
Okay, so and how are you be traveling?
stealthily.
First class, second class?
Coach.
I mean, in
Coach,
this
I think I'm
economy?
made of money.
In this economy?
Maybe if I had found 12 silver.
Yeah, I was going to say,
possibly.
have 12 silver. Yeah, quietly as possible, which may be a challenge for Brock because he's currently he's currently composing himself in such a way that he should have had disadvantage on his stealth rolls.
Ah, yes. The first time playing a character, things that we forget, that happens.
Yeah.
All right. Certainly didn't forget your armor class. All right, so let's go ahead and roll some stealth. Group stealth check.
Not bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to change dice again.
Adelaide, what'd you get?
4.
Oof. Barack, what'd you get?
5. Take that.
18.
We're going to trade the wormwoods now.
And then Colton. Colton, what'd you get?
6.
You.
You're on the bench, bud. Holy crap.
Wow. Wow.
So the hallway stretches to the south. You can see that though the hall itself is dark, you can see some like flickering light towards the far end. It's hard to see though the source of the light because with your dark vision, you do note that the hall ends in a staircase leading up. You see that there's some light coming from whatever is above.
Okay. And I think we established last week that we're using a hooded lantern with a hood on so that you guys can see where you're walking at least.
Yeah.
Who's carrying that right now?
We were carrying it last time.
Oh, I was carrying it.
I can go ahead and carry it this time since I can use my primary form of attack with one hand.
Okay. Makes sense. You're also right behind me, so okay.
I'm gonna buy that lantern.
The hooded lantern?
Half Price Books has this like little LED lantern. Looks kind of old timey. So I want to buy it, and then whoever has a light source just literally gets it with them at the table as a nice visual indicator. I got that idea from my friend Dan.
That's actually kind of rad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty rad. Okay, so the hall isn't very long, so you were able to quietly approach you're at the bottom of the staircase. And you as you approach, you can hear voices. Kind of some echoey sounding voices coming from above. It's hard. It's kind of difficult to make out what they're saying from here, but you do know that somewhere up those stairs, if you kind of peek up the stairs, there you're able to see that there's a kind of a doorway and a larger chamber where the light is coming from. It's a brief staircase, probably no more than about honestly, you're kind of probably having to duck just a hair.
Yeah.
but you hear voices coming from beyond.
But because of the acoustics, not really able to determine.
You may
what
have
they're
to get
saying.
closer.
Okay.
I can see the head, see if I can hear what they're saying.
Remember when you whisper that?
I can sneak ahead if you want to hear what they're saying. You don't really need everybody up there.
All right, but be careful.
Yeah.
I sneak ahead by myself.
I'm still going to use the same.
That's
stealth
fine.
bar. Yeah. Itself.
Which is good.
You start to move up the stairs a bit, trying to get just a hair bit closer to Moses. So let me go ahead real quick. I'm going to do a little map change so I can explain to you what you see. So go ahead and grab your miniatures if you don't mind. Vacate.
Enemy.
I love my miniature. Thank you for printing it off, Will.
That's one of the dead guys.
We can just keep the dead. We can just keep
The dead.
The dead guy.
We leave the dead where they lie.
move.
We did.
All right.
That's exactly what we did.
Actually, yeah. So as you approach, yeah, we'll go ahead and let's. I think now maybe a good time to take a quick little break. So
little breather.
you begin to go up the stairs, and I'm going to do a map change. So we're going to take a little break while I go ahead and get the map set up.
See.
Sounds good.
Cool.
We come back in. Deirdre, you have following the light that you see at the top of the stairs. You begin to make your way quietly up the stairs and kind of getting just entering to get some vision into it, but hopefully staying out of view of what may be inside this room. You see threadbare curtains hanging on the east wall of a very long hall, in the middle of which you see a muscular female half-orc in dingy robes. She stands with her foot on the chest of a male human, it seems, with kind of reddish blonde hair. See, fire burns around the orc's clenched fist, and her victim cries and squirms helplessly beneath her. But beyond that, seated on a raised platform to the south, is a nightmarish figure wearing black robes. He has narrowed, dark eyes and scaly golden skin, with a dozen snakes encircling his near-human face. He cradles and gently caresses what looks like a disembodied brain with feet. They are speaking to one another.
It should only be a matter of time, my lord Harash, before we are able to extract the information we need from the Ernelview Ernelview human. As she looks down at the squirming figure beneath her feet, the snake-headed man seems displeased when he responds. Well, Shalgur, if the task of extracting information from this nobling, you hear some of the snakes sort of chuckle at the word nobling, if he told a funny joke. If the task of extracting information from this nobling is beyond you, well, I can certainly put in a word with our benefactor, Kavala, and see if perhaps we can find someone with better expertise. And you see that as with those words, the snakes sort of rear back, kind of in a striking-like pose. And the half-orc woman, she sort of shrinks a little bit and says, No, my lord Harash, it should not be necessary. If nothing else, I could use my magics to extract the information from his corpse, should it be necessary. The man underneath her feet sort of stifles, sort of gives out a yelp of protest, but she pushes her foot down a little further, and he sort of... And the Harash leans back in his chair, and the snakes relax and say, Well, That would take considerable resources to do, but do what you must. But don't take too much time. I grow weary of this dank little hole. And Shargor prostrates herself in bed and says, yes, my lord. And it grabs the cuff of the man's jacket and starts to drag him bodily back your direction. She's coming your direction. What do you do?
I slink back down the stairs.
Swing back down the stairs.
And
Excellent.
then motioning them to back up.
Wonderful. Okay. You all sit there quietly as she comes down to the bottom of the stairs. And
What's up?
remember, when we actually whisper,
Oh
it
yeah,
can't
back up a
actually be
bit.
heard.
Back up a bit.
Shit, wait,
Back up a bit.
everyone, back it up.
So
Back it up.
I'm saying we go back to the room that we were in with where the ooze was. Just so I can relay without being too close to an entire party.
Do you need me to narrate that?
No, I'm just
Thank you.
going back.
Well, so this half-orc woman's got Chet, and she's gonna kill him.
She has. We need to go and get her.
We do.
Yes.
We do. We need to get her. I'm just letting you know that there's a lot more. Do I recognize what the beast, the brain-legged creature was?
Oh, the in the lab. Go ahead and give me a Arcana Aberration check.
Oh, 18 on the die.
Yes, you do. It is known as an intellect devourer. These strange creatures have the somewhat unique ability to replace the mind of a victim after first reducing their mental faculties, can then replace the mind of their victim using the body as a host to grant it the ability to grant it perhaps a different type of existence. This ends in the death of the person touched.
Sounds real bad.
It is said that that those who are strong of intellect are most protected from this heinous attack.
Uh-oh.
It's more complicated than just going up there and grabbing him now. We're reaching things that actually have the ability to do those things.
Where's the woman and Chet now?
She was pulling him back towards me. I didn't want them to see us and then immediately start a fight in that area.
Brock's gonna peek out into the hallway. Does it seem like she's coming this way?
Does not.
Well, she didn't come this way.
Okay, but better safe than sorry. I'm
Yeah,
starting
no,
a fight.
but time is of the essence here.
Yes, I would say so.
We can move forward. I'm just letting you know what we're walking into.
Yeah, we'll be careful.
Be careful.
And Bonell will take a moment to sort of can I grab your forearm there and go, look, I know that I saw the coins that you had taken off of this man, but I can promise you, if you can help bring Chet back alive, there'll be significantly more than anything that you will find in pockets. Please, D.
Yeah, we'll find him. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We need to be quick, and I'm going to, because my art focus is my fiddle, on my left shoulder through my wet shirt, the mark, my dragon mark flares, and I'm going to cast Long Strider on myself, but I can also cast it, I think, on one other person because of my fiddle's focus, and I'm going to cast it on Brock.
Oh,
as
wow.
well.
Okay,
So,
cool. A5E, man.
Nice.
So we get, I think it's 10 extra feet. Hold on.
Or movement speed.
Yes, for an hour.
Sweet.
So any spell you cast upon yourself, you can choose another target for it with a fiddle.
So let me, I can read it to you. Sorry, that's on
Yeah.
a different sheet. It's a 10 feet increase. Art specialty. String instruments. String instruments are, when using this musical art as a spell focus, whenever you cast a bard spell from the movement or teleportation school, you can target an additional creature within 15 feet.
That is super
That's
cool.
radical.
That is so
awesome. Okay, cool.
5
Alright,
AE
so,
is awesome.
so what does that look like to us?
So it's particularly, again, on my left shoulder is the dragon mark of the House of Orion. And so it's that like blue and
Mark of passage.
Yes, the mark of passage. Flares in the sort of lavender color of most of my magic casting. And it looks almost kind of like a shaking, like a vibration on you and I as I cast it. That our speed has increased. So it's almost like our bodies are constantly in motion.
Not to take your narrative away, but I'm almost imagining like, you know, as you play the fiddle to like use the focus, like it draws like the light to it, and then like gets onto the bow, and then you just sort of guide it to. I don't know. That's cool. I like that a lot. Okay, awesome, wonderful. Okay, so both of you at Longshot are increasing your speed by 10 feet.
Yes.
For the next hour.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Is this concentration?
I don't think so, but let me flip back to it. No. Nope.
Wonderful. We're gonna go. Any other preparations anybody wishes to make?
No.
Yeah, Bonal
Weapon
has
ready.
Bonal has his weapon at the ready as well. And goes. Okay. All right. So okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Are we making any attempt to quietly go up the hallway?
Yeah.
At least? Okay.
As if we can get up there quietly. Yes.
Not asking for a reroll, obviously, but yeah. Okay.
All right. So say march you want. Say march.
Yeah, I'd say so. We know what we rolled.
All right. So you begin to move your way, make your way up the stairs with Brock at the lead. Rock, you ascend the stairs as quietly as you can, but perhaps it is the quicker footwork than you were expecting. That slight extra boost to your step that you're not used to. You find yourself entering the room probably faster than you had intended.
Yeah.
You stand in this room with the hanging tapestries along the eastern wall. You see this long hall before you. You see these great braziers, fire lit towards the end there, and you see the snake-headed man with the brain pet slot. And as you enter the room, as you all enter the room, you hear kind of a as the snakes sort of perk up, seeing you, which then draws the eyes of the man Harash, this creature. And as you enter, his eyes kind of widen for a moment and then narrow.
We're here for your nephew. Give him up peacefully and there won't be no need for a scuffle.
The Nobling. No, I don't think that's what's going to happen. And he as he says, he stands up and takes the intellect devourer, the little brain, and places it on the ground. He goes, "You may go." And the creature begins to start to bound in your direction.
Okay.
And so we are going to go ahead, and I am going to roll some initiative real quick. So I have 2 initiatives. I have 3 initiatives I have to roll.
Are we keeping one of them?
All new creatures, so I'm going to... 3 initiatives I have to roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and get our stuff posted in here.
Sure, sounds good. You guys go ahead and place yourselves in the room. But don't go any further than 2 squares.
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds good. All right. For number 1, I had got a 13. For number...
Would you like me to switch us?
2, I have a
Sure.
9.
9.
For number 3, I have a 12.
You need to roll out for Brock.
I'll give it to Brock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Home question.
Hand it over.
right, let me cue up some sweet, sweet battle-y boss music, right? If I were a better DM, I would have already, like, had this ready, but I'm not. You're stuck with me, you fools.
You cool friends that I allow into my home.
You besties in my basement.
He said the thing!
He said the thing. Say the thing, Julie. We start off with Deirdre. Deirdre, the creature, the little brain creature, takes a bound, has been placed down, and sort of bounds, begins to bound down the stairs in your direction, giving out a high-pitched trilling sound. Like a screech that sort of echoes throughout the hall. Deirdre, you are the first to act. What do you do?
Pulling out my short bow, I take a shot at it.
Okay, you take a shot at the
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
And I'm going to use a coin to maximize the damage.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that's 12, and not 12, that's 8 times 2, 16.
The guy or brain?
The brain.
16 damage to the brain?
Yes.
Okay, the creature shrieks. It's kind of this, but it shrieks less out loud and more in your mind. As you just sort of like, all of you kind of hear this sort of echoing from this, and you see fluid starting to pour from his body, all running down the stairs. So that is that's a lot. Okay, and you said how much damage again?
16.
16. Wow. Okay, it is certainly bloodied from that shot as you open up, which is there's an arrow like sticking right dead center in the brain, like sticking out of this thing. All right. Anything else, Deirdre?
Have at it, yo. And then back up.
Okay. Bonell has sort of he looks and sees this and he goes shut, and starts to like kind of sees these other exits leading off of this room and immediately rushes off towards the left, trying to see if he can find his missing friend. 2, 3, 4, 5, and as he enters, you see him raise his weapon and go, put him down. And he enters the room. We will then go ahead and move from Bonell or Elview. You see from that direction, you see a flash of light.
Oh, shit.
A flash of light. Let me see how Shargur deals with this issue.
This inconvenience, really.
Oh, I love it. You see kind of a flash of light, and then you see you hear the sound of like mini somethings like kind of like hitting the ground, like somebody like maybe like threw a bunch of sand or something on the ground.
Oh my God, she turned him into sand.
And you hear a thunk, and you see roll out into the hall the Bonell's rapier.
Motherfucker.
Well, preferably alive.
And you hear another voice, strained, yell out, Bonell! And then a quiet you, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, as you see this half-orc woman who has like kind of these dingy robes on, and she has in her hand in one hand a dagger. It's dripping blood, and in the other hand, you see that you see at her side she has a pouch of some sort that she is reaching towards. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and go from Shargur to Brock.
Brock is going to turn to Shargur, fearing the worst. He's going to say,
Stiff, you take care of that thing. And he's going to charge with Lucille held at the ready, and he's going to sort of change his grip on it mid-run and just get ready to do a big overhand smash with that underslung axe bayonet.
yes,
Wonderful.
Let me make sure I'm actually, yeah. Yee.
El Capone!
Oh, and while he's running, his breathing gets very it accelerates, but also has more of a focus to it, and his eyes narrow. He's entering a rage.
Oh, wonderful. All right, let's do it.
Keep forgetting I have that as a berserker. Sorry, A5E. It's a different thing. Yeah. Okay. It's a 22 to hit for 8 slashing damage.
So it was a 22 to hit?
Yes.
Okay, for 8 slash damage?
Yeah.
All right, so that definitely breaks. She is not able to mount a defense in time. Armor class of 10. So it clearly breaks through and does 8. You said
8.
8. It takes significant effort for her to dodge out of the way to keep that from being a killing blow. So she throws herself out of the way and she's a bit winded.
Okay. That's the extent of what I can do this turn.
Wonderful. We're gonna go ahead and go from Brock to the snake-headed man. Sort of looks down at his bleeding pet as he starts to descend the stairs. Goes, Shagur, this is on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the snake-headed man sort of just walks to these double doors on the eastern wall, and it sort of kind of throws them open. You can see the snakes are sort of looking back at all of you, but the man just kind of just simply walks out of the room, opens these double doors, and just walks out. This is on you, Shagur. I cannot be. I don't have the time to deal with adventurers.
Right.
And we'll
Adventurers.
simply walk out of the door. So yeah, walk out of the door.
Because that's what we are.
Yes.
Yes, adventurers.
Yeah, we are adventurers.
Ponell, who's unconscious, has no response, but the woman finds those comments very odd.
Huh?
As you start to respond to the man to the creature saying about adventure, so he heard all of that, or she heard all of that. Is what I'm saying. We will go ahead and go from it to the creature, the strange creature. All right, we will go ahead and let's see.
Yeah, that's actually a little intellect devourer model.
Yeah,
Little old brain.
it's the dumbest little model because
But
it's
it's
just
so
almost
cute.
too tiny to do it. So
It's a tiny creature. Little brain. There you go.
yeah,
Oh
see,
my
yeah,
God.
right. Yeah, so now you see the problem.
Oh, that's getting real close.
Don't fall
Yeah,
and
it's
get
almost like
hurt.
it has a move speed.
I hate that.
like a normal everyday move speed. Oh, it's very fast.
Oh no!
Oh no! I don't like this at all.
As it sort of as it kind of just bounds down the stairs and sort of just quivers there, sort of eyeing. Well, I guess it's hard to tell because it doesn't have any eyes.
Yeah.
But it sort of sits there, kind of quivering a little bit.
If brains could stare.
So, we will go ahead and go from it to Adelaide.
Right, and we heard Chet cry out to Banal. All right, so I'm going to call out, Chet! We all came to save you, now you need to save him! Stave the bleeding! And I'm going to grant him Bardic Inspiration. And then I'm going
Can you
to...
do that to somebody you can't see?
if they can hear me or see me.
Alright.
And then I'm going to turn and look at the Intellect Devourer and say, your master cares for you so little that he's sent you in to die. Pathetic whelp and vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Sure.
Vicious
All right.
mockery.
Vicious mockery. So you need to make a wisdom save?
Yes.
Yep. Make sure you remind me of the save that I need to make when you cast a spell. And then that is going to be a...
Oh, we got a coin back.
Oops, sorry.
It's a 13. It passes.
Damn it.
Yep.
And then
If it
I'm
understands you, it doesn't betray that.
okay. I'm gonna move to sort of be up next to this block.
Situation.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Sounds good. You hear from that back room. You hear I can't. I'm stuck. And we will move to Colton.
Colton takes a few steps back as this thing bounds directly toward him and just, I hate this sometimes, and pull out my my wand and take a Eldritch Blast.
You're gonna make the shot with disadvantage.
That's what the good
Well, 16 with disadvantage.
That's a hit.
For 9 force damage.
Okay, it takes a heavy hit.
All right,
Another one of those like intensely loud static in your brain.
D, can you kill it?
I'm trying to get this thing out of commission. I'm going to go ahead and shoot at it again.
Commercials every 5 seconds on this one. Goodness
Is
gracious.
it disadvantage?
Yep. Taking the dodge action.
I miss.
Okay. And that one?
No, it is not in that
The
one.
shot just sort of, and you sort of kind of reeling from that static, that sort of static scream in your mind. You take that shot and it flies wild across the room.
Okay, call out to Bonell. See how he's doing. Bonell!
There's no response.
Shit. I'm then going to use my dash action.
Or just move, because you already used your action.
Oh, right. Well, I get a bonus action to dash, right?
No.
When you hit level 2 rogue, yes.
Fuck,
But
yeah.
you're level 1.
5, 10,
Level 1 problem.
15. I can't get there, so I'll move over there towards the groupage.
Sounds good. We're going to go ahead and go from you to the half orc rogue woman standing before you. She sort of looks at you, kind of looks you up and down, and pulls her hand out of the little satchel at her side, and you see that there's sand just dripping through her fingers as she just hurls it into your face.
Not the pocket sand!
Always
This is from
the-
my day at the beach!
Right, we're gonna go to, let me see real quick, it's been a while since I've cast this spell. It kind of gets useless after certain levels, and now we're back to level 1, so... Oh no, yeah, sand just kind of flies all over in a 20-foot...
Everywhere.
In a 20-foot radius.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah!
Good thing we clumped for.
Oh yeah, wonderful. It's gonna get all of you guys, all of you.
Hey.
What does it do, Will?
Okay, so let's see here. So starting with the target with the lowest hit points.
I think that might be you.
That might be me.
10,
Oh, shit.
9,
19.
19, 6, 25, 25 plus 8, my brain, wow, shut down, 33. Who has
That's
the
gonna
lowest
be-
hit points?
I have 9.
I have 9.
I have 10.
I have 15.
Okay. Well, you both go down.
Okay.
That's because yours combined is 18, which is still less than 33.
I would go down too,
Sleep.
Yeah,
because that would be 28.
Yeah, and then he wouldn't.
Okay, so as this hand just kind of shoots out, your 3 allies just sort of just stop. You see their weapons clatter to the ground, and they just collapse and fall onto the ground with a light snoring.
Okay.
And she looks to you and through the smaller tusks that she goes, now it's just you and me. And we go to Brock.
Okay.
Situation has gotten very dire.
It's quite dire.
Quite
all of
dire.
a sudden. Do I know enough about this particular magic to know whether it's something where the caster's concentration could be broken?
You mean Knowledge Arcana?
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm just going to give it to you. She doesn't seem like she's concentrating.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she's second concentration. That's a visual thing. You'd be able to see that.
Okay. Bearing that in mind, he's going to kind of turn back, take the situation in, remembering what Deidre told him about the Intellect Devourer. He's changing his priorities to killing that thing and saving his unconscious allies from it. So he's going to provoke an opportunity attack from
Shargur. Shargur will slash at you with her dagger.
Okay.
And that is going to be... Actually, no, she will not.
she will let you move away.
Okay. He will leap over the unconscious form of Deidre and just try to bring down his axe blade on this brain
Did
thing.
you for a moment wish you had a hammer so you could say bring down the hammer?
No.
Okay.
No, I think axes are really cool.
Axes are really cool. All right, so go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Okay.
Split it open.
Disadvantage because it did take the dodge action.
Damn.
Yeah.
But we always got a coinage.
We do. Okay, I rolled 2 17s on the die.
That's a hit. Armor class 12.
For 14 slashing damage.
You take your axe, you raise it high in the air, and you swing it down. The creature tries to move back and then finds an axe embedded in itself, nearly bisecting.
Yeah, right down the corpus callosum.
right down the
Yeah.
corpus callosum there.
Yeah.
Splits the arrow even, right?
Yeah.
That was embedded in his body. And it just sort of, it shudders for a second, and you hear that and then it just cuts off, and the thing stops moving, and slides off of the end of your axe.
Sweet, okay.
Rad
So,
as fuck.
okay. He's going to turn back. By the way, I forgot to mention, at the start of Brock's turn, he would have gained... Rage works a little bit differently in A5e.
Sure, tell me about it.
You still get the resistance to physical damage, but on top of that, you also gain a certain number of, not temporary hit points, but what are called rage hit points every round. At the start of your turn, and basically damage goes through has to go through those before you start taking regular damage.
So temporary hit points.
They're temporary hit points, but they don't stack with temporary hit
They
points.
don't stack with
You cannot gain from temporary. You cannot gain any benefit from temp HP while you're raging.
All right. So okay. So you've gotten tougher.
Yeah. No damage bonus in this edition, though, which is interesting.
Yeah. It's all about the rage is all about longevity,
making
not
you
about
tanky, yeah.
Yeah. Which
Okay,
makes
so-
ranged barbarians a little more interesting.
It does. Okay, so I would have been here, so double movement through there would have been 10, 20, 25. I don't think there's any way I can make it back.
Well, remember you're 10 feet.
I know,
faster.
I have 40, but I don't think I have any way I can make it back to my original spot. Yeah, that would be 15. That's the furthest I can get.
Give you 5 seconds to finish this up.
He will
3,
stand here,
2.
and that's it.
Sounds good. Rock, from your vantage point in the hall there, as you kind of turn back to move back towards that half-orc woman, you can see that through those double doors, you hear the distant sound of like words being spoken, and then you see a bright flash of like green light, kind of just spell out from the doors. It's just momentarily just. We then go from Brock. The creature is dead. Adelaide, you are asleep. Colton, you too are asleep. And Deirdre, you are asleep. And I don't believe the changes in A5e ever led to making saves on your turn. I believe it just keeps going, right? Let me just verify that. See if they change that. Man, sleep at low levels is odd.
Oh, sleep at low levels is horrifying.
Horrifying.
Especially if you roll well.
Yeah, right?
10, 9, alright, well.
That's right. Sarah did all of her damage for the entire combat in the first turn.
It was a lot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no saving throw involved. So we are going to go ahead and move to...
He's gonna have to wake us up, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
We move to, what is her name?
Shakur.
Yeah. She will, as she moves forward, she's standing over the body. Who's she closest to?
Because you're all ground.
Oh yeah.
Ground. You guys could have knocked yourselves prone. That's fine. That's fine.
Alright.
She will step forward.
And she'll sort of roll over the body of Adelaide. So Adelaide is sort of facing the sky, kind of facing the ceiling there, and she kind of bends down and holds a dagger over Adelaide's heart, and looks at you, and says, "You will leave, and perhaps I will let them live. But you take one more action towards me, and I swear this one will die before I do.
Okay.
We get to Brock. Brock, you have a choice. Leave, and perhaps she'll make good on her word and leave your allies alive. Or risk Adelaide's life. What do you do?
Can't risk the mission. Even for Adelaide.
For Adelaide, love it. Fucking love it. Yes. All right. What happens? Tell me what happens.
That definitely gives him pause, but he kind of starts to lower Lucille, but then he will kind of toss it up in his hands and bring his grip to the very end of the stock. Utilizing his long bugbear arms, he will then have a 10-foot reach as he tries to bring the axe blade overhead and try to hit her before she can strike his fallen companion.
She is faster.
Yeah.
Seeing this, her eyes go wide, seeing through your deception, and she slams the blade down into towards Adelaide's chest. Let's see if it punctures through Adelaide's armor. Got a nat 19 plus.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The blade becomes the attack becomes an immediate critical hit. With her unusual strength for her character class, which is actually
That's fine. I have unusual intelligence for my character.
Oh yeah,
class.
when it comes to a critical hit, we
Just double everything.
Hold on here. I'm gonna maximize that damage. The dagger pushes through right as your axe blade hits. How much damage? Go and roll your attack roll.
Yeah, I need to see if I actually hit first.
Yep.
Does a 15 hit?
15 hit.
I will also maximize my damage.
She cannot utilize her defensive spells because she held her action to do this and used her reaction to plunge that dagger. Pure spite. So your attack does in fact hit her.
Okay, I will spend a coin to maximize the damage.
Maximize the damage. How much damage did you
Dealing
do?
a total of 15.
15 damage!
So there's a couple of chunks.
So the dagger plunges into Adelaide's chest right as your axe hits her. How does Shargor perish?
Yeah, I mean, as she has sunk the dagger into Adelaide, the axe blade hits her right in, like, between her shoulder blades and in that cervical spine, and she, like, the grip on the dagger tightens, but then goes slack as she no longer has a connection to her body.
She doesn't. She falls over the body of Adelaide. Unmoving.
Yeah.
Blood pouring from the horrific wound on her back. What do you do?
He is going to... Oh, God.
She could be dying underneath this wound, or you just stand there dumbfounded? What do you do? Tell me.
No, he's going to push Shargor off and pull out a healer's kit, and
as you do so, you see that Adelaide is coughing as you've taken 8 points of damage. But I believe you had 10 left.
I had
8 points of damage. So the dagger you had plunged in, but you had hit in just enough time, causing just a light grazing across the chest. You can see that the armor has this long stretch, but there's some blood, a bit of blood kind of pouring out, but not enough to be horrifying. You are woken.
Sorry, I was going to say, I don't know if it's worth noting because it is a new or the Advanced 5e. I actually have Sartorial Defense as my armor.
Oh,
technically
right.
don't wear armor, so it's just my blouse.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Just because it's a new.
So the blouse is stained with blood and torn a bit as the dagger sort of crosses, and you can see a thin line of like a thin cut along her body, but she is coughing a bit, but she is awake and alive. You see Barak standing above you. You've awoken to extreme pain, and then suddenly darkness and pressure as this dead body, as this dead Shargur had landed on top of you.
Is it my turn then, or
We're out of combat. There's no foe left that you can see.
Then he would take the healer's kit in his hand and try to rush around the corner to see if anything can be done for Banal.
Bonal is lightly snoring on the ground inside of that.
She only had a couple tricks, and most of them are putting people to sleep and stabbing them.
Yeah, Bonal's ass is lightly snoring on the ground. His dagger just a few feet away from him where it had clattered and kind of drifted off. The room that you were in, by the way, to kind of explain where you are. This particular room, you can see that it is stone walls. It looks largely empty, except for there is a chair that's bolted to the floor with straps on the armrest, and you can see a very injured man. Probably mid-20s or so, with strawberry blonde hair and neatly trimmed goatee. He's quite handsome. Were it not for the wounds that he's taken, and he's struggling against his bonds. He goes, "Is Bernal okay?" And then he sees this bugbear.
Yeah.
And his eyes go wide, and he shrinks back.
No, it's all right, mate. I was sent to find you. I'm with Banal.
Oh, all right.
And I think this is probably the point when he looks down and sees that Banal is snoring. He says, "Yeah, I think he's all right." He'll try to shake. He'll kind of lightly shake him awake.
Bonal wakes up. What happened? What happened? Bonal! Chet! And Bonal sits up and kind of goes off, and he looks at Chet like what are they? But he kind of looks towards and turns to you and goes, where's my rapier? Where's my sword?
He'll point to where it's clattered.
He'll rush to his sword.
Yeah.
He picks it up and runs out into the other room.
When I hear him talking to them, talking to Chet, so I know he's alive, I would grab my fiddle and I would start to wake up Dee, and then.
Sure. So as you two are waking up, Bonal of you runs out into the other room.
Yeah.
Do we win?
Looks and sees the bodies. There was a third.
Yeah, he went through those double doors, and there was a flash.
Start to hear quick footprints away since you're still back in that room.
Oh yeah. Oh god damn it. He'll chase after you.
Wait.
Try to chase after him.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, get back here, you little...
You're on the ground. So Bonel's running for those double doors after this snake-headed man. You're running along with him to join him in whatever impending fight there is, I assume.
Yeah. If he can't be stopped.
If I see them running by, I'm gonna jump up and start going after them.
Yeah, say scramble to pick up my wand, which I'm sure has fallen, and just
What
wait.
What about Chet?
Yeah, I'm actually
What
going
about
to.
Chet?
Since I'm very injured, but we seems to have left Chet, I'm gonna go try and see about Chet,
Yeah.
who seems to be still stuck.
Most
Yeah.
important thing, friend fight.
At this point, Chet has reached the double doors to, or not Chet, my apologies, but he's reached the doors, and he sort of, as you arrive with him, you can understand the confused look on his face, because you see there's a large chamber attached to, that kind of through those double doors. You see along the far western wall, there's a door leading out. Along the north wall, there's a door leading out. In the northwest corner, there's some stairs leading up to a pair of other doors there. But in the middle of this room, what draws your attention here
is a. My apologies here. My brain is not putting things together here. In the middle of this otherwise empty room, though, is a stone pillar carved with a small symbol. And you can see there's a faint green glow coming from that symbol that then dies out as you watch. And sort of looks around, and you can see Bonal sort of kind of take on a more defensive pose there.
Yeah, no sign of the snake-headed man that I can see.
No.
Where's he gone?
I don't know. I was unconscious. What did you see?
I saw him running here. There was a flash of green light.
Does it? Thinking back, you described this glyph on this pillar. Was it also? Was it a similar color?
Similar color to what?
To that flash that I saw.
Yeah, that flash of green light.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a similar color, yeah.
Yeah, about that color, that thing. That just disappeared.
Well, we should proceed with caution. He begins to slowly walk into the room.
Okay. Brock will take a moment to turn back and see how that's developing and make sure everyone's okay.
You what?
I was following as soon as I was
Okay, so you arrive. You see Bonal entering this room alone.
I'll follow him.
What are you doing?
I'm following Brock and Bonell. Like, I'm not letting them go off on their own.
I was trying to get Chet.
Okay, so you go. We'll move over to you for a second. You see. Yes, that's Bonal. Sometimes that's Bonal. Sometimes his desire to appease his friends does he kind of circumvents logic, I guess.
I think you've lost a lot of blood. Here, let me see if I can get you out.
He kind of looks up at you and goes, "Aren't you a pretty one?"
Thank you. But we're both sort of worse for wear. We probably should be quick. She just was realizing what she said.
Back to you guys.
Yeah.
So Bonell enters the room.
Yeah.
From looking at the glyph, am I able to discern what the glyph?
You can approach the glyph. You can.
I'm going to approach the. Because I'm assuming.
You start
I'm
to approach the glyph. There.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He's following Bonal.
So you approach that pillar with the glyph, the kind of grease glowing glyph. You can see that the glow is now completely gone by the time you arrive, and it is the symbol of the monster's eye, Daask, etched into this pillar. You of course see the room on the far west, the door on the far western wall, the door on the northern wall, and you can also see a staircase in the northwestern corner that leads up to two more doors.
Oh shit. Well, let's go jumping through a labyrinth.
Well, I guess I should mention, as you're looking through these doors and entering this room, you can see that that one of the doors up the stairs is open.
Hey, Brooke. Right there.
I think he might have gone that way.
I will ready myself and start approaching that door.
You approach the doors with stealth intent, but as you arrive, you can see that the door is slightly ajar, and it leads to you can see that it leads to a very small room with a arrow slit in the wall.
Oh.
Through that arrow slit, you can see the sewer beyond that you had the sewer tunnel beyond.
Shit.
You'll remember that when you first arrived, it's an arrow slit. Right?
Yeah.
Somebody couldn't climb through that.
Right.
So.
And this just basically leads to where they watch the area we came into. I kind of come back down. This leads up to where they watch the entryway that we came through.
From his description of the green flash of light and knowing that this glyph was glowing, or the rune, whatever it was described, the eye was glowing, am I able to have I seen magic that would allow someone to utilize that in such a way to escape?
Are you trained in knowledge of Arcana?
No.
Now you can make a check with disadvantage.
Okay. That's a 15 or
Not particularly your area
16.
of expertise.
15 plus 3, 18.
It is possible that magic could that this may be maybe tied to some sort of
escape magic, whatever that might be. Have you seen anything like that? No, but the world is filled with all kinds of different types of magic. But based on the glow, it is certain to you, though, that this pillar is magical in nature. Just what it does, you can't determine. Could it have provided escape? Sure. Could it do any number of near impossible things.
Well, this thing is magic, and I mean, we can check all the rooms if we wish, but if you saw a bright flash, it meant something. I think for now we need to go back and check on Chet, your friend that we came for.
I shouldn't have run after him first. I should have helped you with the threats and taken care of those first. And of course, I paid the price for that. I missed the whole damn thing. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Shouldn't have been so foolish.
It was a hell of a scrap, but it's alright. We made it through.
Brock is gonna. You said there were doors to the west and was it northwest or south? No, there's a west door. I'll listen at that one.
Sure, you head to the western door. You press your ear up against it. You don't hear any sounds beyond.
Okay. We'll try to open it.
You kind of push the door open. You just see a small chamber with straw pallets that lie on the floor, and you can see some rusty manacles bolt into a wall.
Okay, we'll kind of pull the door shut and check the third door coming out of this room. Not the double doors.
While he's doing that, I would like to roll the orc body.
So there are 4 total doors.
Oh, 4 total,
exiting
my
this
mistake.
chamber.
He will go to the other door up the stairs that Colton has not checked.
Sure. You open that door and find another small chamber with an arrow slit pointing towards the
sewer sort of
Sewer.
junction from earlier. Okay.
Different area of the sewer junction.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, safe to say he's not here.
Still an unchecked door to the north, the 4th door that has been unopened and looked. As you say, I think it's safe to say, Bonell says, well, wait, what about the other door, the 4th door?
You'd make a great adventurer, Bone, and I will go check the north door.
Through that door, you press your ear up and you hear no sounds, and as it opens, you see a straw pallet, as well as another set of rusty manacles.
Just another jail cell.
It appears that you would be right.
Well, that's just adventurer's intuition.
We move back to Adelaide and Chet. Chet is lacing his boots up. So he starts. You freed him by this point, and he's kind of lacing his boots up as he's lacing his boots, and he goes, I want to say that. His eyes, his whole face is kind of swollen a bit. He's taken a beating. And you can see that there are shallow shallow cuts along his arms and across his chest, which his shirt's been torn open. And he goes, so come down here often?
I try not to make a habit of it.
I would do my best not to either. Honestly, I think I spent a bit too much time in here already.
How long have you been down here?
Time sort of loses all meaning when you're strapped to a chair getting the shit kicked out of you by a half-orc.
They were just looking for information on Bonel's
I
money.
know about Bonel's dad, his father.
Presumably as to the rumors of where he's hidden his stash.
Yeah. So kind of shrinks back a little bit. He kind of stands up a little straight and sort of leans back away from you as you say that. He goes, yeah, something like that.
That was Bonel's assumption of why they were after him.
Who are you?
We're adventurers. We're
I
working.
didn't ask who your group is. I asked who are you?
My name's Adelaide. I'm working for one of Bonel's colleagues, Professor McLaughlin.
McLaughlin?
McLaughlin, sorry.
You can roll an insight check on that. Roll a deception check to try to we're going to say that you're trying to recover from that.
Every one of my dice is shit tonight.
Yeah, we got coins for rerolls.
Hold on, I'm trying to do math. Right, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
what you
I want a higher number. I rolled that, so I'm going to not keep. Oh, keep
No,
it as a.
because-
yeah,
No, but I like the
because-
ritual. I like the ritual. No, give me my
Take
coin.
the coin, put it there, and then take one out of there and give it to him.
Yeah, it's the
Take
whole
a different
thing.
one.
The whole thing. Stop trying to screw with the whole thing. Okay, so you go ahead and roll that. Sure.
I'm changing die. Hold on. These ones were bad too. But yeah, they're all shit. I haven't rolled, I think, above. That is 13.
Yes. You acquainted with Professor McLaughlin?
We're just hired. I don't, not like personally.
He seems to accept that answer.
Okay.
Right, well, some mercenaries then, basically.
We prefer adventures, but yes.
Do you work for the university? A lot of adventurers do.
No, we're sort of just on contract right now.
What do you call your little group?
We're still workshopping it. I liked the ABCDs, but
Ugh. Sounds elementary. As he starts walking out or kind of limping out the door.
oh, here, let me help. I'm gonna do the like assisting thing.
As you come up and get assist, he does this. Sad.
And I'm gonna sort of lead him towards the rest of the party.
Sounds good. So,
I had said earlier I left the room to go roll the orc.
okay, so you as you walk out the room, you find
Dean doing what she does best.
Chet goes. Chet just goes. If you find anything of mine, let me know. And as you're looking through the you find the dagger is kind of on the ground.
Cool.
You find that in there's a small pouch filled with sand and bat guano. You think?
Oh, God.
Labeled little vial labeled bat guano, and some other various weird little if you want to dispel component pouch.
Okay.
You also, oh god, why are you sleeping? They could have cast fireball. What is it? What's the other one? Sorry, forgive me. I have a I'm just not as fast at things because I've clicked on 7 different areas instead of the one place I needed to be.
Seems like an inefficient way to go about
It's
things.
like when I open up the internet and I start going to I just go into my default mode of going to the websites I like to go to, and the first one I always type in is Zynga, and I'm like, I haven't used Zynga.
What a pull!
Yeah,
Oh my
wow.
god!
Wow.
18 years, but I still go www.xand. Nope.
That's a name I haven't heard in many years.
Long time.
I'm
in a
old,
satchel, sugar. You find in a satchel, another satchel kind of slung across her chest is a book, a heavy tome. It is green tinted leather, with some sort of symbol or sigil maybe on the front of it.
Open the book. Peruse it.
You find notes written in a language that you do not understand.
Okay.
Seems to be maybe it's cipher or coded.
Okay.
Give me a knowledge of arcana check.
16.
Well, it's a spell book.
Spellbook. Yeah.
Spell book. These are complex arcane formulas written in the language of magic.
Nice.
So go ahead and close the book, and you have a spell book.
Awesome. I'm gonna tuck it away.
Okay.
Go back to the two of you and Bono. Bono's all right. If there's no one else, then I'm gonna. And he leaves the room to find you there and goes Chet, and Chet goes. Like Chet goes kind of shifts his lean to go, just kind of stops and goes. Bono. And they let's go. They give a like they give an embrace. They have an embrace.
Yeah, well,
that's the damn word. Embrace is what it's
while they're having their moment, I'm gonna take that to. I'm gonna start picking my head to see if there's anything in these doorways to make sure everything's clear. Anything that's gonna jump out at us.
More chambers, similar to the ones that they had seen, where you found like straw pallets and like rusty manacles, and there's like dark stains all around.
So cells.
Seems like this was probably a prison.
Give me a
of some
perception
kind.
check while you're moving through and looking through those doors. By the way,
Okay, we're gonna try right.
what are the rest of you doing?
Well,
There you go.
after Bono leaves,
love
I
Dark
assume me and Brock kind of meander our way back into this main room, and I think it's kind of odd to find a prison down here. I mean, clearly they've set this up, but I would kind of like to get an idea of how long this place has been here. Like, does it look like it was built recently? Does it look like it's maybe part of the natural sewer, or was this something that was added on?
Sure, I want an engineering check. I'm going to give you either engineering or history.
Will my proficiency with Mason's tools help?
Nope, engineering or history.
Okay.
Stop it.
You can tell how it was built, maybe, but that's or Mason's tools. Sure, you can have an expertise dice if you choose engineering.
Okay. Both are intelligence, right? 13.
Yeah, it's been down here for quite a bit of time. You're in Lower Sharn, and specifically you're in Lower Dura. The Dura district, which is the largest district in Sharn, is also the oldest district, or the oldest district of the human settlers who founded Sharn. This has been, you can tell that this torture chamber has been here for quite some time. The tapestries that have been hung along the eastern wall are relatively newer, but the stone itself behind it is very, very old. The tapestries, by the way, depicting it's just like flat red banners. For the one in the middle on the wall is black with like the white eye of the white monster's eye. Real on brand. But this structure's been down here for significantly longer than that.
Okay.
Or at least it has been here for a long time.
So clearly they didn't build it, they just repurposed it for their own uses.
Maybe.
Well, that's pretty much my primary curiosity. So.
I got a 15, by the way.
Anybody else do anything in particular about
I wanted to actually examine the throne lake area for anything of import.
I think Brock actually kind of halts as he's leaving the room with the pillar and wants to take one more look at that central pillar and the glyph specifically, see if he understands any of the magical nature of it.
Yeah, you gotta kind of go ahead and head up there. Go ahead and you are trained in magical devices.
Yeah.
That is part of your background there. I want you to go ahead and give me a knowledge of Arcana check.
It's only a 9, unfortunately. But it doesn't have to be. I could give Will a coin.
Good.
I'm gonna do it. My good friend Will deserves this coin. That's better. That's a 19.
It's while the pillar is old, the etching of the monster's eye is much more recent. You can tell as you kind of look it over.
Okay.
You believe that if we're kind of putting the pieces together, that this pillar may serve as a kind of a keyed doorway, a magical doorway of sort, but keyed specifically.
Yeah.
Freestanding portals are expensive and difficult to create.
Okay.
But keyed portals can be a bit easier as they are only accessible for brief spurts of time rather than like perpetual use.
So it's just a matter of having the right key to unlock them for that brief moment of time.
Correct.
Okay. Well,
You notice behind the throne, Adelaide, at the moment that you also approach, you both see at the same time there's a treasure, there's a chest of some sort kind of hidden behind the throne itself.
I immediately start checking it for traps.
I'm gonna, I don't know if I can give her any sort of assistance while she's doing this.
Sure. Provide, kind of, think of the old 3.5. check for traps.
yeah.
Run finger gently down the seams.
Yeah, quietly sneak through the hallway.
Yeah. Sneak, lie to the stupid ogre. No. Are you going to give me a perception check advantage? Or, perception check advantage.
Perception check advantage. Oh, which is that? Oh, that's great. 12 plus. 15.
You see nothing that gives you pause.
I want to attempt to.
There's no lock on the chest either.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
I'm going to step back before she opens
Oh,
it.
sorry.
I'm very hurt.
I'm very badly burned.
Give me an acrobatics check. Let's see. I want you to give me an acrobatics check. We'll call it escape artistry. If you can leap back away from that chest fast enough before she can open it all the way.
No. That's like a 5.
So you just kind of stumble over yourself like, ah! As you open the chest, and inside the chest kind of rattles a little bit with the sound of metal against metal and glass. Inside there's a small chest of coins.
Ooh.
Nice.
You see copper, silver, and gold. And on top of it, you see 2 vials, kind of laying on a little square of like velvet.
Okay. Okay. Have I seen these something similar to these before?
Yeah, as you pick up the vials, though, you can see that they are marked with the stamp of House Jarasco. These are healing potions, basic.
Good.
I'll let you into that House Jarasco would clearly label the potions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, healing potions.
Don't mess these up.
Yeah, healing tincture. No, hold on. Sorry, it's capitalist, right? So, give me 1 second.
Original strength.
Yeah.
Extra spicy.
Yeah. Flamin' hot.
Flamin' hot potion!
It is, you see two healing potions marked, they have the stamp of approval, the Drasco stamp of approval, and Brass Cyborg Drugstore, healing potion, basic.
Nice.
Brass Cyborg Drugstore.
Good.
We're gonna cross out Cyborg, I'm gonna say Brass Warforge.
Okay.
You could use this, and then she actually playfully tosses it to you.
What?
This is what Deidre does.
Hey!
She's like,
I love the fact that you just said that to her, like, this is what Deidre does!
Sorry, who?
Yeah, and so Bonell is like,
Don't tell anybody.
God, is
your
she
name.
throwing things?
I was doing that out of character, but yes, I understand.
how many things can be out of character, not out of character?
Well, because that was the first thing I.
Sure. So you toss her with the potion, and then you just
I
go.
tossed it to her. You could use this.
I mean,
She's afraid you're going to make her roll to catch. That's what she's afraid of.
do I catch her or do I need to,
What do you think?
how?
Just whisk it out of the air, my friend.
Okay.
Here you go. You could use this.
Yeah,
it's a
if
good
we-
thing.
if
But
we
tossing
cr-
a potion to your friend and with no distractions, yeah, you catch it.
Okay.
You
If
don't
we
need to go-
create the urgency,
I'm not
sure.
throwing it like.
But later on, if somebody throws open a chest and somebody goes, "Oh, I'm not there," it's like, oh, that action happened. That action happened first. So let's see if you get it. Because if it is a trap, I'm going to put you right in it.
Yeah.
So, how much gold is in said chest with Kappas?
Okay, so you start to count the coins.
Yes.
So I feel like we're kind of entering a denouement sort of situation of this particular area because at this point now we're like pulling money out in the middle of this and starting to count it and such.
Yeah, I mean...
So you start to count the money.
Yeah, I mean, Brock is...
So Bonell and Chet
kind of at this point they're kind of making it like wow, oh my god, like, you look like shit. You look even worse. Says Bonal, and Chet's like, well, you know, we can't all look as good as others. And he's kind of looking up, and he's looking over at Adelaide, and Bonal goes, he goes, well, this is not the other one. He goes, well, yeah, I saw her rolling a body before. And Chet goes, yeah, I saw her doing the same thing. Smart move. And he goes, you guys are both so crass. He's like, hey, you're the one who works for the Morgrave.
You went to community adventure in college. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Brock is looking back down the hallway we came from. So I don't mean to break up this tearful reunion, but we are still in the middle of this hideout, and we need to get you two safely out of, this.
That would be smart, says Bronal. Chet goes, you guys want to stay a while?
10, 20, 30.
As much as I enjoy the architecture,
I'm definitely kidding. Please get me the fuck out of here.
Yes. I pick up my hat because I assume it fell off.
I know more than one of us probably could use like a bath.
Me too.
Open my coat. Yep.
I don't know. I feel fine.
And so, it's time. So, okay, now we'll denouement.
Denouement.
How much coinage was it?
I want the
You are able to. Hold on here. Let me put on some. No, I don't want that music.
It's the Puff and Billy music.
We need to have the triumphant
Yeah.
return of Puff and Billy.
We just see him chugging along while we're traveling between cities.
I do have expertise in land
I
vehicles.
choose ragtime.
Do you
I
really?
think you did.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You make it out of the sewer just fine.
Okay.
You return. You escort Bonel and Chet back to back towards the to the university. Well, actually, let me read that. So Bonel, let me give you a choice here. So Bonel is saying we should get the authorities involved. Chet is saying let's just head back to the apartment. Head back to the apartments. Sleep this off. And he's kind of protesting the getting authorities involved. What do you guys? What input do you provide to that?
We don't need any authorities.
We can always alert them later. When I think getting you two safe is the main priority.
Bono kind of goes. Do you have anything to say about it?
I think if doing what we were paid to do is on the tip of my mind, and that's getting you to the professor. So,
Yeah, I agree.
Bono will acquiesce. So perhaps you're right. The influence of the guards here may not be so conducive based on my family lineage. And Chet goes, that's what I was saying. So you return back to the head up to the. Forgive me, I'm trying to remember. You move through the city of Sharn. You leave the sewers back in the warehouse district that you were in the lower Dur area. You make swiftly for the safer middle areas where there are less eyes sort of watching you from the shadows, and from there you pick up a sky coach. A sky coach, a sky coach. I haven't finished painting it yet, but a sky coach, kind of like a little flying boat that leads you, kind of like a flying little small ship that leads you through the towers of Sharn. You end up at the upper, I believe it is Mentis Plateau.
Brock is going to generously tip the sky coach driver for the stench of sewage that is no doubt going to cling to his vehicle.
Yeah, he's
It's like when you puke in a cab.
You gonna? I don't ask questions. Says the Lyran says the coach driver wearing a Lyran House Lyran emblazoned rain slicker,
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine.
What?
And you head back to the upper, I want to say upper Memphis plateau, where the to the university district. From there, Chet Bonal offers Chet to stay for him to stay at his place for the night, and Chet says, "All right, but I get the bed because it's way more comfortable than the couch, and I absolutely kept you from getting your ass thoroughly stomped on." Well, I saved you. Well, they saved me. You fell asleep. As they get to kind of the university towers apartments there, and you can see, like, even through the darkness and the rain, you can see that there are still students milling about in the dark here. There's a fairly safe area. Well, not in the dark, but in the fact that the sky is dark from not only the cloudy overcast, but the fact that it's probably night at this point. Yeah. But it's still a bustling district where, because as Bonell says, learning never stops. Bonell will turn to all of you and say, there's a particular tavern that I like to frequent, where we can potentially where we should meet and discuss the payment. If you would be amenable to that.
Yeah, of course.
Perhaps tomorrow. I think the ordeal is starting to catch up to me.
You should rest.
Yes. He writes down. He gives you a name and address for a tavern, and says to meet at noon tomorrow.
Yeah, sure thing.
Kind of nod to all of you, and well, he'll as Chet sort of kind of heads inside, giving a kind of a thanks and. Thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower, get myself all clean. Gives a wink over to you, and Bonell just sort of mutters underneath his breath, just a like real class act, buddy. Adelaide, Brock, D, Colton. I just wanted to say that what you have done for me, I know was above and beyond the Call of Duty, so I just wanted to, payments aside, I wanted to say thank you.
You handled yourself well down there.
Well, years of classes, sword fencing classes and such, paid for by a father who would rather send me off somewhere rather than spend his own time with me, so I suppose it came in handy. Hungarian fencers. Only the finest.
Well.
Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow.
Yep.
Sleep well.
You as well.
Yes.
And you will head off.
Well, bugging me. That went places.
It was more than we signed up for.
What time did you say it was right now?
It's fairly late in the evening. We'll probably say about let's say 9 p.m. by the time you kind of get back here. It is raining still, as it often does in the city of Sharn in its tropical climate. You maybe find some shelter in a nearby hole-in-the-wall tavern to take a moment to get out of the rain and to maybe grab yourself a stiff drink, perhaps.
Oh, this stench isn't going to wash off for days.
A little place, by the way, called the Bouncing Peacock.
That sounds nice.
Is the bar very populated?
Not particularly.
Not
That's why you
particularly.
chose this one.
Okay.
Kind of. The next time a target wants us to go trouncing through the sewers.
Remember when you whisper that you can't.
No, right. The next time a target wants us to go trouncing through the sewers, I'm saying no.
Well, I figure the more, given what we found out about his family, doing him a favor might do us some favors in the
Well, we
future.
also had
Not wrong.
there was valuable intel
Yeah.
to be had, right, on what is going on under those sewers and who these people are, perhaps with Daask. And
How's the halfling mob involved in all of this? Or are they just kind of caught in the crossfire?
that information is still out there, I think, to be found.
Sounds like they're after the. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm totally blanking.
Do you need the missive?
It's not. The Ear Neville family fortune.
Yeah. Easy way to get rich.
So, probably ought to make our report, shouldn't we?
Yes, sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Where would we go to do such a thing?
Yeah, to kind of check in when a mission is done.
You have been provided with a stone of sending that sends back to your handler. So once you are have completed, you can use this device to reach back to home, to your handler to make them aware. So this would give you a message of like 25 words.
okay.
Send. In the past, you've typically used it to secure a rendezvous point to then discuss and debrief.
Okay. Well, who's feeling creative with wordplay?
I can.
Okay. Brock will, I guess, who is the current holder of the stone, we'll hand it to Adelaide.
I will say into it. Adelaide reporting. Target secured. At residence resting. Rendezvous point requested for debrief.
It takes a moment, then you hear a response back, and you hear a familiar voice of your handler.
Cool.
You have the missive. I can't remember the name for the life of me. Yeah,
Sorry.
Nope, you're not gonna get this.
Actually,
I don't remember there's a handler
there's
name
not.
in the missive.
Oh, there isn't. Okay, that's why I can't remember the handler's name. You're familiar with the familiar voice of your handler. Captain Stover Delft.
Stoverfeld?
Delft.
I'm sorry. My apologies. Chief Inspector Stover Delft. He has a title I completely forgot.
Stoverfeld.
Nope. Delft.
Stover Delft.
Stover Delft.
Delft.
Stover Delft. The familiar voice of Stover Delft come over. What time do you think it is? You couldn't have just waited till morning? I'll get back to you at the rendezvous point. Get some sleep. Shuts down. All right. So we'll say, yeah. So we'll say at this point, you're able to go back and get some rest.
Yep.
And head back to your respective abodes. You are given a rendezvous point a little, by the next morning. You're given one, and you're able to other groups. The rendezvous point is going to be. A bar in Clifftop
which is in Upper Dura, a well-known adventuring bar by the name of the Drunken Dragon. Conveniently, the exact same one that you were told to meet, that you were requested to meet,
Bonal.
or not.
Alright.
So,
Hopefully not at the same time. We don't have to do like the double date
no,
thing.
there's been I would imagine there's going to be a conversation back and forth between you and Dalton. You agreed on this place,
Okay.
and prior to meeting with
Are you-
actually after he's going to meet with you after
Okay.
meeting with Bonal.
Okay.
He wants to know more about what else goes on there,
Okay.
and make that a part of your report. Okay. So, is there anything? So, when you wake up, you have a bit of time before you would have to go to meet with Bonal before lunch. Is there anything in particular we should do, or should we just cut right to there?
Can we assume we probably bathed the previous night?
Yeah.
Okay.
You bathed, whatever. Sure, you bathed.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I am actually going to meet up with, oh my gosh, what is his name? Lol, I forgot it. Lewis? My friend in Underdura.
I think it was Lloyd.
Lloyd!
Order, and is that where you stay as well? Okay.
Lower Dura.
What, Lloyd?
Yeah, Lloyd.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Let's see if you can charisma investigation. Let's see if you can ask around. See if you can find Lloyd. Okay, sure. You find Lloyd. Lloyd is at the local fish market. Oh my god.
That is fucking great.
That is the kind of D&D improv we need.
I like to think that like one of the nicknames of Sharn is Sharn, the city of puns.
Lloyd is a. Did we discuss anything about Lloyd?
Yeah, Lloyd's just a childhood friend that got arrested for stealing at the same time that she did. They went to prison or jail together, and then she decided to conscript and join, and he did not.
Okay. All right. So Lloyd is a. You find Lloyd at a local fish market. Oh my god. Down in Lower Dura in the district of. What district do you live in within Lower Dura?
I don't know. I do not know the district. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm now going to choose this for you. You are in Old Keep.
Old Keep.
Simply a bunch of rundown apartment townhomes.
Okay.
Built into it used to be the old fortress and garrison was held here in Old Keep, but they have been converted to apartment townhomes and low income housing. So you're at you are at the fish market. Oh my god! I'm just gonna keep saying it to continue to buy time, and. Yeah, so you find Lloyd the Goblin is kind of sitting there, sitting on a barrel, watching. You see him watching people moving through the fish market, which is pretty busy this early in the morning. The smell of fresh caught fish from the Dagger River fills the air, and as you approach, he kind of gives you a subtle kind of a nod. And continues to watch. You see, Lloyd has an undercut and has and has this thick black hair that sort of hangs over one of his ears, but the other one is kind of big and long and very pronounced. You know that the other one, his other ear doesn't peek through. He uses the hair to hide an old injury where he had lost most of the top of his ear in a particularly mugging that had gone a bit wrong for him.
Got it.
He was not on the proper side of that mugging, and the veteran that he had tried to steal from
was a bit more capable than he had expected.
Right.
He used the hair to hide that. So Lloyd is sitting on his sitting on a barrel, kind of a little tucked away, but so could view the fish market, and you find him, and he goes,
Ada, Lloyd.
"Hey there, Deidre, what's going on?
Well, I got something for you.
You got
Thought I'd
something
come down
for
and
me?
visit.
What?
Yeah.
We talked at the same time. I have no idea what you say. You always do that. You just keep going and going and going.
I got something for you.
You got something for me?
Yeah, I ran into some distant cousins, maybe.
Oh.
And she pulls out the mask that she pulled off the goblin.
Goes, whoa.
Ooh, yeah. Right?
Some Dargoon Dakani shit. What the? You getting yourself mixed up with those types? Bunch of crazy nut jobs, them.
No. Just mucking around the shore. Thought I saw it, thought I'd give it to you. Maybe you can sell it, get yourself some stuff, or, wear it. Keep it, I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose so. He kind of slips it into a side satchel there. He goes, I don't want to be seen walking around with this. It's like, walking around saying like, master race kind of shit like that, right?
I just thought it was interesting, history.
Connie, a bunch of history is made of wood that is recent and new. You think they give the recruits that they come here to get and Sharn the good stuff, the true relics? No. They use the relics thing as a whole thing to like lure the young and impressionable and stupid. And speaking of young and impressionable and stupid, what do you think of that, Mark? And he kind of points you to that a young couple walking through the fish market, like picking up fish and stuff. And they have like usually they have their like she has the young woman has a like kind of a purse slung over her one shoulder, and they're kind of, she goes, doesn't even know to keep a hand on the purse. Yeah, that's gonna be an easy one, right? You wanna join? Do a little.
I still am not enjoying that part. I can tell you, and I want to use my fashion sense to give him some hints as to how to complete the job if he can. Which would fashion sense let me know
yeah, they're definitely from a middle from a upper middle class district somewhere you gather. Definitely probably one of those they're the adventurous couple type, right? Let's go to places where they clearly aren't welcome. Clearly you can see that they're definitely being eyed by a number of other people. Like they kind of stand. This young couple stands out and start contrasting. And goes, yeah. So okay, so you help them be able to rob these people. Excellent.
No, I'm gonna say you gotta compete for them, and you're not supposed to hurt them, right? You just take what money you got and you leave.
What are you talking to? What are you, my mom?
Look. I
not supposed to hurt him. What do you think I am? Some sort of like Daask thug walking around
no,
beating
I'm not saying
people's...
you're desperate. I'm just reminding you because
reminding me of who I am. Yeah. You go off to war for a bit and you come back and you're like, I don't know. Let me tell all my friends what to do. Not all of us went through the past couple of years deciding to fight for Breland. That was your choice. Me, I chose to sell.
Yeah, I really had a choice.
I chose to sell. That's what I did. You chose to go off and fight in some other person's war. That wasn't what we were about.
Well, look, they gave me some pretty good skills to get you that stuff, right? To get you some stuff.
You found a mask. You found a mask that I could go anywhere in Malion's Gate and just shout, "I want to be in the car." They'll throw 20 at me.
Look, okay, all right. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that common.
This is like going to like a halfling and trying to show them a knockoff ceremonial headdress that was made by some nice little white human couple over there. And
I am sorry. Okay.
Culturally insensitive. That's what this is.
Oh my God! I thought I was doing something nice.
You always do. But then...
okay, look.
Yeah, I get it,
I treated you. I want to treat you nice because I don't see as often as I like anymore. So I thought I would bring you something. I'm sorry, that was a mistake. I won't bring that thing again.
No, it's good. It's always good to see it. It's always good to see it. I ain't say, hold it. No, they ain't leaving. They're looking at the salmon. You know what? They're looking at the salmon and they got coin. Salmon's expensive is the joke there.
Yeah, salmon's expensive.
It's not real salmon,
Are you eating?
It's just cod dyed pink. Am I eating?
Yeah, you got.
Okay, are you my fucking mom?
I'm just trying to check up on you. Oh, my
poor little
God.
goblin friend. Do you get enough food? Are you violent now?
It's not. You look. She like just like playfully like knocks him against his head. Like like.
Oh, she struck me! She
Oh
struck
my
me!
God.
Oh, get out of here, crazy
Oh my
lady! I
God.
got some work to do.
All
Like,
right,
it's
you
good
go
to
do
see
your
you.
job then, Lloyd. I got some questions for you if you got some time though. Sometime I'd like to meet up.
What was it? Kind of just stops and goes, "What was all that wasted time about? Like trying to give me
Because I'm gonna
morality
give you a
statements?
gift.
What do
You
you?
said I could play it
What do
with
you
a gift.
want?
Get a
Other
gift.
people are waiting.
Okay.
Things have to go. There's like a whole table of people right over there that probably want to get back to anything. So get to the point."
Yeah, okay, so I wanted to see if you knew anything about this whole like desk.
Do I know the whole Daask?
No. I'm talking about like.
Do you think all of us know each other?
Damn it! I can't speak voice to you now. Okay, I'm sorry.
This is so much fun.
I'm sorry.
You're
those,
usually
those
sorry.
halfling guys. Yeah, I know.
Best
I always
part of
make
our
fun
relationship.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who's that?
A war buddy.
Who are you? What the fuck is that?
The Daask and the halfling like crime family that is down here. I can't remember the name. But Boromir.
Yeah, it's all about race. Just keep calling them the halfling.
No, my
gang.
God!
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my
That
God!
makes
They're
sense.
made up mainly of halflings. Oh my God! The Boromir clan and the Daask apparently they got beef with each other.
It's
Do you
not
know
the Daask, it's
The Daask. Do you know
The is
anything
within the word.
about? Do you know anything about the beef they have with each other?
Well, we're on the street. There's a lot of beef between two. Of course, they have beef. Boromir clan used to run Lower Dura and Middle Dura, but the Daask, ever since they came in about 10 years ago, been pushing hard. Pretty much ran Boromir right out of Lower Dura. And word has it they got their eye on Middle too. Oh yeah, picking up goblins by the score.
You mean to recruiting them, or
Yeah.
do they know how they plan on taking up the Middle? Like what, just by flooding it with?
Yeah. I actually have that whole plan.
Look!
outlined
I don't know
right
if you
here.
heard. God,
Right here.
Fuck you. Okay.
Yeah. It's a
All
fucking stupid question.
Thanks. At least I now know they're trying.
Do I
to
know the whole plan?
No, I'm not saying.
You think
I'm
I'm
saying.
violent?
Oh my God!
You think I don't know how to feed myself?
All right.
And now you're like, are you a criminal mastermind?
She throws 3 copper at him and walks off.
Now you're throwing money at me!
I'll be back to see you later, boy.
I'm gonna keep the money, but still, the indignant to having it thrown at you.
I like Lloyd. I enjoy Lloyd as a character.
Anybody else have anything they need to do before they go?
I do put on my fine clothes rather than my currently dirty and bloodied traveling clothes. And I, do the super middle class thing. I grab brunch with dads before I go and meet with everybody, but we don't have to go through that.
Hold on here. Remind me of your father's names.
Seamus and Taryn.
It is Seamus who is available. Taryn had to leave for work. As Seamus kind of wraps his spoon over his soft-boiled egg, revealing a nice hard-boiled interior. This is an inside joke. I don't know what a soft-boiled egg is. Anyway, you came in late last night.
We got a little lost, a little turned around.
Was it a man?
There were some men in our party. Like it wasn't just like me and a bunch of men. Didi was there too.
Oh, Deirdre.
Yes.
Didi is what you just said?
That's a pet name.
She doesn't seem like the type who'd appreciate that name.
I mean, she seems to like it.
But I understand pet names, Addie.
Yes. But no, I mean, there were.
You're, by the way, in a very in a nice, pretty well furnished townhouse.
Yeah.
Pretty well furnished townhouse. And
You're sitting at a nice table in the breakfast nook of the home with a little sunroom, and you can see like glass panels letting in the sunlight shine outside. It's one of the few townhouses that has the nearest towers are fairly far away, and it actually allows the sunlight to like really kind of light up the small plot of land that has been magically grown to create a little garden outside. So you're basically like overlooking the garden, having this little brunch conversation.
Yeah, I mean, there was one man who is sort of well off, and I'm hoping maybe a potential client, right? Teaching my violin lessons.
I'm gonna go grab some orange juice. Would you like some?
I'm good for the moment.
What? What did you say?
I said I'm good for the moment, Daddy.
And he brings a glass of orange juice anyway. And he goes, it's good for the skin. So a nice, well-off man. Oh.
Yes, a potential student, perhaps.
What's his name?
His name was Chet. I didn't get his last name.
Wow, I bet not. But can you tell me what he looks like?
Handsome blonde man?
Didn't catch the last name, but managed to remember handsome.
He was very striking, Daddy. Very chiseled jaw.
I remember when I met your father.
Also a very chiseled jaw on Papa.
Or he's mine.
Gross, Daddy. Gross.
Would you like another egg?
Yes, please.
Ham?
Yes, please.
No, I was calling you a ham. I saw your last performance. That's a joke, Addie. It's
I
a joke.
know. They like it lively, Daddy.
What?
They like it lively.
I can't hear it quite well. I'm getting older in my age. I thought you said something about a woman named Blake Lively.
I said they like it lively.
That makes a lot more sense. She's a new actress from Fairleigh. Quite good. Quite good. Not, of course, as good as my laddie. All right. So you have a new, really handsome client.
Potential client.
A new potential client who's well off and handsome.
I mean, I'm hoping that maybe if I can add some more sort of well-off clients, that I can sort of grow my career a little bit, right? Maybe even.
Oh yes, your lessons.
Yes, teaching violin.
You know, I have to say, after everything that happened with the house, the fact that you're finding yourself landing on your feet and still pursuing that entrepreneurial spirit, well, your father and I are very proud of you.
Thank you, Daddy. Trying to move forward. That's what Orions do.
Keep on moving.
Never stop.
Your hand's gonna get cold.
Yes, I've got a meeting with Dee Dee and some other friends. I've got to meet up in Cliff Top shortly. So
Cliff Top. Well, that's a district. That's an adventurous district.
yes.
A lot of danger seekers spend their time there. Don't find yourself whisked away to Zindrek or something.
Right. But even adventurers like music, violin.
He kind of runs his fingers through his graying hair. He's got his kind of longish brown hair, kind of mid-length with gray streaks through it. He's got a kind of a neatly trimmed beard. He runs his fingers through this. Zindrek. I remember having delivered a few packages out there, and what a land. Perhaps your potential student might use some of his well-to-do funds and take you on a little trip.
It could be exciting. I do like to travel.
I'm not trying to push you and beyond some young man. I just I know that things have been hard, and I just want you to know that I'm happy that you're back. Even if it means you're living at home with your dad's And I'm sure that's not the position you wish to find yourself in, but we've lost time. You know, and with the war being over, I feel like we have that time back. So I see a blessing in this situation with the house. You know, we may have lost some potential, but I feel like I've gained my daughter back. You know, not that you were lost.
No.
I would never mean to imply.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm getting sentimental again. If your father were here, he'd be trying to...
Also sentimental.
Also sentimental, yes. That's exactly how that would be. Probably a lot of tears.
Papa does cry a lot.
He does. All right, cool. You finish, you go enjoy your time with your friends and get that client.
Yes.
Perhaps over dinner.
Perhaps.
I could whip something up.
Oh, dinner here. That's quite the leap. But perhaps.
I'm kidding. No, I'm sorry. Just the laughing kept going, and I'm like, what's the next progression? All right. I just imagine your punches are just. Anyway, anybody else with anything?
Dragon Mark are scary.
Something that will hopefully not force you to do a lot of improv. Is there, within relative near distance, Breland is a proud country. Do they have like a memorial for fallen soldiers?
Yeah, so many.
Okay. I'd say.
What district are you from?
Upper middle gate. Oh my god, I had this written down.
You live in Dragon Tower. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dragon Tower, which is in
God.
the
Middle plateau.
middle central.
Yes,
Middle
lower
Central.
lower north edge is where.
Oh yeah. So lower north edge is kind of like lower middle class, nice quiet neighborhood land. There are some nice quiet some memorials in some of the little parks around.
I imagine just one of his rituals that he does with no frequency is he just goes to one of these memorials, pays respects.
What's this memorial of?
Just a very generic, for those we lost.
What does it look like?
I would imagine it's probably a fairly simple memorial, probably a small obelisk, with the symbol of Breland or the crest of Breland.
Yeah, so like an obelisk that's been enchanted enchanted probably of stone that's been enchanted to be colored Braylish blue, which is a very particular vibrant blue, which is kind of the nation blue. And you see it's emblazoned with a symbol, which is the heraldry of the bear, the roaring bear, and then.
And he takes a moment and just hat off, because he knows that he was lucky. He got to come back. A lot of people didn't.
We see a little older woman. When I say little, I mean that she is a older halfling woman. Sure. Approach, and she has a little flower that she a little tiny little modest bouquet of flowers that she lays down at the memorial, and she sees you there, kind of taking out your hand and paying respects, and she kind of places her hand on your elbow there, and she goes,
Oh, did you lose somebody?
So many, unfortunately.
It's almost impossible not to have a century of war.
Aye.
I would say that anybody who didn't find themselves with loss at the end of that war was either someone very unlikable or I could show you a liar.
Indeed.
Yes, well, I am happy that a young man such as yourself can live to see a world without such violence. The future's ahead of you, young man.
The goal of war is to hope that another one never comes again. Eh?
Well, if those Ondarians have their way, it certainly will, but Braylish steel and ingenuity will ensure that happens. That doesn't happen. King Boronal fought for peace at the Treaty of Thronehold, and I, for one, and she places her hand over her heart, and I, for one, believe that the fighting will be staved off as long as it can, as long as he holds the throne. Of course, he's getting to be about my age, and well, who knows how long that may be.
Oh, he'll be 100 years old and still wielding that axe, I'm sure.
Yes, I remember when I was a younger woman, when hearing the stories of how he bravely held the monsters of Drome, as they call it. Of course, we call it Western Breland, as it should be called.
As it should be.
Staving off those fearsome monster types from spilling over and killing our fine citizens.
He has just this look of like,
So brave, that Boronal.
He is quite a resilient man. Laid us through thick and thin.
Yes.
But it's hard knowing how many we've lost in 100 years of war. I kind of, boys, at least.
And girls shall nod.
Of course. He kind of, of course.
She smiles and pats her and she goes, "It's all right. I know that you're just a product of your time and think that it's just boys who go to war." And she just tunnels off.
I served alongside many brave women as well.
I too have many black friends.
He just kind of like adjusts his hat.
No, she
That's
doesn't
my
say
morning
that.
ruined.
She doesn't say that.
Apparently she
I
does.
felt a lot of women. I like it.
Yeah.
I like how this just keeps turning in weird directions.
Yeah. No.
Oh, the
No,
characters
when you said that, she goes, "I was
in
just
Breland."
giving you trouble."
Of course, ma'am. You enjoy your day, yeah?
You as well, young man.
Thank you. And yeah, with a nod, go about his way.
Brock is actually there as you try to leave.
Oi!
If I can interject myself.
How the hell
So
do you
you're
do
in
that?
you're in lower North Edge.
Yeah.
How the hell do you do that?
Well, theoretically, I should be good at sneaking around and, choking people. I'm still working on the second part, apparently.
Trouncing through a sewer is not the best way to get practice in, but it's
Odd conversation we having in the middle of the public park.
It is.
I kind of just pay my respects to my friend to the company.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, Dad and brothers are doing fine.
Good.
Yeah.
My sisters.
Yeah, same.
Figured. It's good to hear. Oh, this got awkwardly quiet.
Sorry.
No, I feel like kind of gesture like let's walk.
Kind of feel out of my element here a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I kind of.
Yeah, this neighborhood is significantly nicer than the one that you grew up in. The streets are clean. You can see that there is a guard presence here.
Mm-hmm.
A few of them kind of give you kind of shoot some looks over at you, though not because you are Bugbear, but well, actually partially because it's a little out of place. Although you see young shifter kids and dwarves and walking the streets alongside humans, but more it's about the dress and makeup because where you're from, there's a certain look to the goblins of Malion's Gate who have been here. Really have been here long before any other denizens of Sharn came to be. So I imagine there's some particular styles that they wear as well as and such. So that's I imagine that's probably fairly prevalent on your person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say just for retcon because I probably have not properly fleshed it out. Colton has one brother and two sisters left.
Okay,
all three younger than
mistake,
him.
Gotcha.
But I was trying to figure out something that you could. Siri's birthday's coming up. It's 10 and 9. Figured
Already?
Yeah. I know, right? Trying to find something you could give to her. Just say, Uncle Brock, little gift for you. I don't know. I don't do good with kids.
Yeah, kids love me. I don't know why. It's,
That's because you're fuzzy. You're furry, man. They give you hugs. God.
that is not at all the persona that I try to put forth.
I'm well aware.
Despite my best effort.
I know, but you're just so likable, mate.
As you have the traditional Malian state war bonnet on, and
You're just so likable. I'm rousing you, mate. I'm rousing you.
Yeah.
Hey, I know, it's not the first time, but thanks for watching out for him.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like I kind of stopped looking at myself, tall, dark, and brooding, hanging around. Probably would get suspicious after a while.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I couldn't relate to that.
Fuzzy.
Uh-huh.
The kids love you, I'm sure. Yeah, but
Well,
yeah.
I understand. You got your reasons.
It's just a burden, mate. I look down because Colton, one sleeve goes down into a gauntleted hand, and one sleeve is kind of torn at the end, and that's where the magic for his weapon kind of bursts forward, because it always tears his sleeves up.
Channels down his arm. Okay.
And just looking at that, I don't know the price that I paid, but I can't afford them to be a part of it. So, I appreciate you going out of your way to watch out for them for me.
Yeah. Family's important. Maybe someday you'll get to meet mine. That'll be,
I'd love to meet your mom and dad. Tell me,
She's so excited.
are they just as terrifyingly strong and good at splitting a man's skull?
Oh, yeah.
a nice nice young couple, two young women, kind of linked, holding hands, sort of gives a look as they pass by and hear that comic.
The skulls of the enemies of Breland, of course.
I can't walk faster. All right, for crown and country. Yeah, no, I'd love to meet you folks one day.
Oh, yeah. Mum could beat me in a fight.
No, that's as a side. There's a side I would like to see. Not for any good reason, just the thought of someone being able to beat you in a fight kind of terrifies me. Like, even that ogre went down pretty quick.
Don't know what to tell you, mate. Come from good stock.
You do?
Yeah.
You do, mate. I don't want to keep our friends waiting.
Yeah, me neither. We better be getting on.
Aye. All those expositions getting exhausting.
You find yourself. We're gonna skip ahead now.
Yeah.
You find yourself in one of the most well-known, probably not the highest quality, but probably one of the most well-known bars in one of the most well-known districts of Sharn. The Clifftop district of Sharn, which is in Upper Dura, is known as the Adventurers District. As you walk the streets, you can see the vendors filled with magical marbles that zip through the sky and roll on the ground and cause sparks flashes over there in the magic market. Off down the walk, you can see a tower that hangs in mid-air with no, like a shattered tower where the base. It looks like the base has been broken off, but the tower still continues to hang. You know this to be a college of the arcane arts, located here in Clifftop. But you find your ultimate destination to be the Drunken Dragon Tavern. The Drunken Dragon Tavern is a place well known for adventuring types. Potentially why Bonel may have chosen to go here. Maybe looking to make you feel more comfortable. It's it's built into an old brick tower. And you can see that crawling around the tower above the doors, you see a large slithering dragon with maroon scales, sort of kind of crawling up and as you approach the door, the dragon, as it, much to the delight of me and the crowd, as you approach the door and reach for the handle, you see the dragon like pulls out a tankard and sort of gives mimes a cheer to you, and then it continues to crawl up and down the building. It's largely known to be an illusion, though this doesn't seem to be very comforting to the spire drakes that roost nearby, watching it with a side eye.
They just don't appreciate good marketing.
The Drunken Dragon Tavern is a multi-story affair that's opened up in the middle there. You can see it as a massive bar filled with the largest variety of alcohols, whether they be ale, stouts from the Lazar Principalities, various ales from Karnath, whiskeys from the Wireholds. I'm describing all one particular region of Corvair, but apparently I know the most about their alcohol. Will does. That's a problem. Wines from Ondair, vodkas from Thrain, and various Siren specialty drinks that are typically mixes of other drinks. Siren mixed drinks.
Cocktails.
Cocktails. That's the phrase I couldn't think of. The word. What's that word? Cocktails, Will? Yeah. Cocktails. You are hailed by Bonal Ornelview, who is already there. And he sort of waves you over to he's got a kind of a private booth on the second floor, so kind of waving down from the balcony. You see as he waves towards you, you see a pixie with a little half apron on, kind of float up with a little drink tray, and Bonell goes, oh yeah, and he kind of points over to you all, and as you start to walk toward him, the little pixie kind of floats up with their shaka, bright pink and green hair, and a little I like to imagine like a button-up polo that says Drunken Dragon Tavern. And the pixie says to you, and it starts taking your order as you walk up. You get situated, the drinks are on Bonal, and as he sits down, as you sit down, he's cleaned up. He has taken a shower and changed out of his dirty, bloody clothes. I figured that was implied, but everybody kind of mentioned it, so I figured I have to mention it now. So you didn't think he just showed up like,
I slept for 13 hours and didn't shower.
Cleaned up relatively nice, although he still has that shiner there, but he's cleaned up fairly well. There's a spread on the table already, cheeses and meats from Karnath, and like sausages and such. I'm feeling a hearty meal maybe in store for what happens. So I went to Karnath. Is everyone okay with Karnath?
Yeah. I tried a bunch of this.
Yeah, the food.
It's good stuff. Certainly better than Dromish sausage.
Yeah.
Dromish sausage is made from trolls.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, didn't think so. Anyway,
I'll stick with this.
That's oxen. Mage bred oxen. So you can I believe this is lavender infused. So.
Fancy.
Keep spiders away, but I hope there aren't spiders in here. Anyway, sorry, that's a little fact about lavender. I have a lot of facts about lavender, I don't know why. Anyway, Paven. First, I want to say thank you with this nice lunch. Drinks are on me. He reached down and after you guys get some food and chatter and stuff.
Never say no to a good lunch with friends.
He pulls out a nice satchel, which he opens up, and he pulls two things out. First, he pulls out a sack that is he places it on the table like a purse. He places it on the table. It is a hefty clunk when it's placed down on the table. And he pulls out a like portfolio and places it down on the table. It says, when my father absconded from the city of Sharn for his indiscretions, the money that he had embezzled from the town, from the city's coffers through his schemes, was never found. And the family fortune was, at least what could be found in the Kundrak banks, were seized, obviously by the authorities. So I don't have much in the way of funds, but I do, I do make my own way. So he kind of pushes here nice, and inside this purse here is 100 gallifos for you. Small fortune. Will say this, a small fortune of points.
Mr. Bumble, that is very generous. Are you sure you're not putting yourself in a bad place doing that?
Well, no. Okay. I have some money. Truth be told, part of that is McLonnell said that he had already handled the fee. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Paid up front, huh?
He's a good man.
He's very trusting. Very trusting. Yeah. The truth be told, that I do have some money, investments and such, including property. And then he pushes forward the portfolio.
Ooh.
He says, inside this portfolio, you will find a deed to a tavern. One of many holdings that were placed underneath my name by my father before his indiscretions were caught. I don't believe he realizes that I know that these were placed underneath my own name. And I have no use for some of these properties. And I figure as another way I can say thank you to a group of fine, daring adventurers. Perhaps help you find yourselves a base of operations. Maybe you could turn it into something more than just a abandoned old tavern. Maybe you could.
Where's it located at?
Well, it's here in Klepton.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
excellent. Not far from Bedford.
White Stag Manor is the name of the property.
White Stag Manor.
Former manor owned by some poor idiot that lost a game of three dragon ante to my father and his wilder youths.
Well, that's very generous of you.
Well, maybe not so much. White Stag Manor has been abandoned for quite some time. And I'm sure that there'll be an unfortunate amount of things that may need to be fixed up. But if you wish to fix it up and use it for your own purposes, please feel free to. If you wish to lead the adventuring life and start a business, you may. If you wish to sell it and see if you can just make some quick coin off of it, well, that's up to you. But what I can say is I hope you're able to do something with this. Because, well, if it were not for you, I would have nothing left. And so I just want to let you know that I appreciate that.
It means a lot. Yes.
What do you call yourselves, by the way? I have many friends who may find need for your particular services. And I can give a hell of a recommendation.
We'd certainly pick up business.
I mean, I was outvoted when I suggested a name.
Oh?
I thought it was a great name.
The ABCDs.
Oh.
That's why. That's why.
Oh, I see. Because
Of our names.
Adelaide, Brock, Colton. And... Oh, that's clever.
It's fine. I know it's crap.
I didn't say that. It sounds like you're not in...
We're workshopping it.
It sounds like you're working.
Well, White Stag doesn't really work for us because half of us are girls. But, I mean, it's related to if we're using this place as a base of
The
operation.
White Stag 4.
The White Stag Company?
It's not terrible.
It's not.
Oh.
It's no, I didn't mean no offense, of course.
No, I know I meant more of a like... You like my idea? Great.
Yeah. What Stag Company?
Still gotta go now. Anyway, well, when you do come up with that name and perhaps get an adventuring charter, I would be happy to sponsor all of you. Assuming you don't already have it, you typically need to have a name to have a charter in Sharn.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Granted, doing a little bit of under the table adventuring, I have no problem. No, you won't. The government won't be hearing from me.
Everybody's got to get a start somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, well, look, I just wanted to say thank you. This is my small way of doing so, and I hope that someday in the future, maybe I can call upon you again.
Yeah.
Maybe in less dire circumstances.
Yeah, we can hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't be a stranger, Bone.
Yeah, we'll get a drink
By the-
sometime.
by the
Somewhere
way-
that's... Sorry, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just going to say we'll get a drink sometime. Somewhere that's, not liable to get you kidnapped.
I was just going to ask, by the way, how is Chet doing? Is he also alright?
Hungover, but fine.
No, that's
Did he not go to sleep? Did he?
Of course he fell asleep.
Okay.
The first thing he did was walk straight into my liquor cabinet and start drinking. I mean, you would too if you would have had that shit kicked out of you by a half.
Oh.
So those are his words, not mine.
Not applicable words, nonetheless.
Nonetheless. Well, I have more business that I should attend to. I missed a little bit in my absence. So, please enjoy your food. Order. Your tab is on me today. And,
You're too kind.
Much obliged.
well, thank you again. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Gotta give him the hat tip.
And that is where we'll go ahead and end that for the night. You've all leveled up.
We level up and level up.
Level up. So, I like to do this on camera, but it is getting fairly late.
Yeah.
Which is why I was sort of like, oh, everyone, okay, you want to go visit this random NPC I haven't prepared? Oh, gosh darn it.
You did fantastic with the improv.
Oh, yeah, no, thank you, that's what I do.
It is, I know.
No, I appreciate that. I get flustered like anybody else would, but give me like half a second to kind of get my bearings, and now that's what a DM does. I just need to be better about not giving my initial reaction of, damn it! No, it's fine, it's great, it's fine.
What do you mean?
I love this.
That part's not in the video. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and when we come back next session, we're gonna. I typically like to do level up together, but before so you guys will, and so I'll just have you guys just do your level up, and then we'll kind of go over the changes and what that means, so we can give the people at home kind of an idea of what 5th edition and A5e differs. But one thing I do like to do before we walk away is hit points. You have a choice, and you're gonna make that choice right now.
I'm sorry. I'm excited.
You're gonna make that choice right now. Your choice is you can take the average, or you can roll the dice. Okay?
Average.
Cassie's gonna take the average. Love it. All right. Connor.
Oh, the last time I did this. We will leave level 2 to fate.
Leave level 2 to fate. Let's see what you get. Woo! That's an 8. There you go. See? Roll the dice. I love it when
joke?
I love when the first person, by the way, gets the 8 because then other people are like, well, then I have it. I can drop.
For everybody at home, the reason why that's great is the last character where level 2 I rolled was my barbarian, and I rolled a 1 on a d12. So that barbarian was a little squishy.
Hey, not all barbarians are giant meat shields. Some of them are
Slightly smaller.
wayfish meat shields.
Wayfish.
All right, we're gonna go to Sarah. Are you going to choose?
I always roll.
You always. I know.
An 8.
Nice!
Holy crap!
Good
And that's on a
shit.
D8.
Yeah.
2 8s.
High five.
2 8s. Wow. It sounds like something's in the air, and anybody who rolls is probably going to get the highest number possible. Anyway, we come to the person who took a level in Berserker with the D12. Is your next level going to be in Berserker?
I was planning on it, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Wow. That's a big dice you could end up rolling.
Yeah. For the past 2 years, I have always taken average whenever leveling up a character, but I made this character with the express intent to roll d12s.
Yeah.
Do it.
Roll d12s. Oh yeah, let's do it.
Here I go.
Always roll.
No regrets.
Some regrets.
Some regrets. It's a 2. All right. Well, unfortunate,
Yeah,
but you got to roll the d12.
I did. Hooray!
Yay!
Mission accomplished.
Hooray!
Hey, I will say God will crap hit points and then suddenly just started getting max.
I can already see somebody in the comments section of the video for this saying like, "Oh, let them reroll. I let them reroll." No.
No, you
No,
keep them ones and
the
twos.
die
Keep
has
them.
spoken.
Welcome to Fate. Right, Fate. All right, so that is it. We will have another episode out in about in 2 weeks. Very exciting stuff, and we will. I'll take some time to start taking a look at maybe fleshing out some NPCs before we go to the table.
Yeah.
I should have just had and made that conversation right there. Dang it. All right. Anyway, anything else we need to cover before?
Do you want to see your attack phrase?
Oh yeah. I mean, we could just go.
Damn you, Sarah.
Oh, that's right. There's now a new.
I made sure to include that.
Great.
That's so great.
Say the line, Bart.
Now,
So next, yeah.
Anyway, so you say next.
Yeah, next session we'll have some exciting level 2 features for you.
Level 2 features
that we'll have picked up in the basement.
Yay!
My man, you can't make it go away.